What's going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown episode 100. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and I'm joined by a lot of motherfuckers. Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? Episode 100.
Chris Seeley.
Welcome to the Centennial, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
What up, people?
Adam Vale.
Sega.
And we got some special guests with us. First up, Mr. Reggie Butler, Weapon X.
What's good? Glad to be back.
We got the one and only Mr. Torrence Davis.
I should have came after HipHopGamer. Do that again.
All right. So
how you gonna have me go before him? Come on now.
Well,
you know,
he is the superstar.
Yeah. We got
nobody know who you are anymore.
All right. Hello, everybody. How are you doing tonight on this wonderful Thursday?
And of course, we got the one and only Mr. HipHopGamer.
No stranger to danger. #1 journalist. Quickly, I changed the game up. Shots fired. What's going on, baby? 100. Yo, congratulations to my man. You know what I'm saying? Throw down 100, man. Real talk, man. Good to my dude, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out. And, yo, Torrence, respectfully, that's true, man, because if it wasn't for you, I don't know, you know, where I would be in terms of my position now. So I love you. You my bro. God bless. And, yo, that was powerful, dude. I would never forget that. Word up.
You see what I wrote about you in my book?
Oh, word?
Yep.
Please do. All I gotta say. See, all right.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Brett just joined us right now. Hello, Brett.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you just fine, man.
Okay,
now, I want to jump on what hip hop you said. Yeah, because dude, I'm gonna say right now, episode 100. You motherfuckers wouldn't even know about me if it wasn't for Torrence, man, giving me that shot. We did originally we did 91 episodes, the first Throwdown on STFUandPLAY, rapping tonight. You know what I'm saying? Now we did 100 here, and again, all the shit I have now, the fucking writing career, all that shit, all because of you, Torrence. So thank you so much, man. Just want to say that shit. I'll say that shit publicly every fucking day till I die, son. It's real, man.
Yeah, Torrence, man, you the big bro, man, for real. I don't need front, man. You ever need anything, son?
I swear we did this before. Did I go back in time?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I think we did on episode 50.
No, we did an episode 100 already.
Yeah, no, because what happened was we, remember, just like comics, I got to break down comic books. Torrence, I thought you read comics. You don't understand comics, man. This volume, I'm not explaining shit. Anyway, I'm not explaining nothing.
This is on the record and say that Torrence didn't have anything to do with my entrance into any of this, nor has he ever done me any good favors. So, I think you can't. I don't think anybody in this room can say that they're not like at least two degrees of separation from something Tor did.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, it's kind of like we all built off of what he built before us. So like, I don't think there's anybody, even if they want to be like, Tor didn't do anything for me. Like, yeah, he kind of did. It's kind of the way the world works.
Hey, I appreciate it all.
Yeah, man. Word up.
You could do that speech from Darkman. You remember? He's like, I built it all.
You gotta remember though, you guys are where you rack because you got talent.
Well, thank you, man.
So
thank you, man.
Whether I introduce you to
I would
the
like
world
to thank
or somebody
Torrence
else,
Davis for my comic career.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I go front. Torrence, like you had a lot to do with my partnership with Hot 97 now, dog. Because because of all the stuff that I learned and figuring things out, I apply that in everything I do. It helped make me better. And that's one of the things
Wild ones.
You interviewed Starbuck Wild ones? Nah, I don't rock with them, man. They got their little so-called Shot 97. I can't rock with them like that. That's what it is.
All right, people. So since episode 100, we're going to give you some free shit. So during the middle of this episode, we're not going to tell you when. We're going to give away some stuff. We're going to ask you a question. You're going to answer. And we're going to pick a random person, and we'll give you some.
Go ahead, ask me now. What are you giving away? I need it.
Well, you don't need it, Torrence. You got money, son.
Oh, it's not for us?
No, it's not for us. Nobody here is eligible.
Hey, nobody told me I couldn't compete.
No, sorry, Brett. You're one of us. You're not eligible, man.
One of us.
Okay, at least I got the chance.
Yeah. Anyway, by the way, who the fuck dropped off? I think we got everybody here. I don't know. Somebody dropped off. It looked like. Oh, Reggie. Oh well. Reggie had a problem getting in. He was like, "Yo, how do I get in?" I'm like, "You click on the fucking link, bro." like every time, you know. But yeah,
click on the link. You're gonna meet a big guy with no hair but giant sideburns. His name is Barry. Tell him artichoke. He'll let you in. Just Easy.
Yes. All right, people. So we're gonna. Okay, he goes. I'm coming back. Technical issue. All right. So this episode's gonna be different. We're not gonna do our usual like structure. We're gonna do something very different. We gotta talk about that PlayStation meeting, man. It happened yesterday.
Wait.
What's up?
Usually have structure.
Kind of, Brett. Come on.
We have
a semblance of it.
we have a semblance of structure.
We have a well-organized mob. I'll say that.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Pitchforks in the front, torches in the back.
Basically.
If you listen to that some of the older throwdowns way before before we were all on here, man, those was a mess.
I gotta
It's
say,
a
Tony.
throwdown. It's a throwdown.
Yeah,
You talking about that?
Yeah, back in those days, Waka
Over the
Flocka
years,
and all
Tony.
that shit. What the fuck is a Waka Flocka?
Wait, I have a question.
It's a small fruit.
Why isn't GZ on the 100th episode?
Oh, because he
you
hates
know,
us.
Yeah, he hates us. We had a falling out. Torrence, didn't he put you on blast too for no reason?
He always puts me on blast. I told everybody I had a long talk with him at PAX East, not this year but last year.
And listen,
I tried to tell him, don't hold a grudge, man. Just move on. But it keeps coming up, so I'm like, whatever,
But yeah, I'm not trying to talk about the. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's get into
he
it.
is
Man.
a part of our history, yo.
He is. Hey, listen, he's the one that suggested we start a new podcast. He just couldn't keep it up, so then I took it over. Shit
Well,
happened.
This shit is mine.
The tweets will come.
Oh, you know that when he needs attention. Right? What happened, Brett?
So then I opened my fat mouth and it turned to 2.
Yep, basically, All right, so we got to talk about this PlayStation meeting. So for months now, pretty much this entire year, right, we've known about the existence of the quote-unquote PS4 Neo. Now we finally know what it is. It's the PS4 Pro. They had a little event in New York. Mixed feelings, man. Hey, Hip Hop, were you actually at the show, man?
Oh, no, I didn't go.
Wait a minute. Stop right there.
What's up?
Did you guys watch the stream?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you see when he unveiled the 2 PlayStations?
Mhm.
And it was cricket.
Oh,
Did you hear anybody when they unveiled it?
No, we didn't.
Nope.
That's how you know hip hop wasn't there.
Oh shit!
Oh my God, you stupid.
Because I was waiting. I was like, okay, where's hip hop? Here it comes. Everybody's gonna hear him. It's too quiet. He didn't say nothing.
Oh shit! Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
I think they did. Again, that whole place was filled with a bunch of journalists, and they don't, you know how they are. They're all like,
Everyone was on their laptops and stuff.
Where's my free food?
But that's a small space. So,
I know
I mean,
this-
we should have
this is
heard
gonna feel like-
something.
I know this
ahead,
is gonna
Brett.
feel like throwing heat, but we all need to kind of remember that Microsoft had some people that were, paid to be there and clap and make a ruckus kind of thing. I'm not saying it's dirty advertising or marketing. It's the name of the game. So keep in mind that during some of Microsoft stuff's like they had planned. They're just like fucking Apple. They'll have the the last 2 rows in for fans, and then they'll have like another
But
row.
most of them
people
are also
where they're just-
developers, and everyone there just, pro.
Like, we knew this was coming.
That's it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a smaller venue, so I just doubt that they had room to either put in people or Sony just, I don't know. I don't want to say they're above that kind of shit because I don't think anybody should be above any kind of.
they've always done it. The same
Yeah,
thing.
everybody does that shit,
Here's the thing, that theater is a pretty decent sized theater, but it's nothing compared to the theater that they did the PlayStation 4 reveal at.
Oh hell no, nah.
That's small.
Because the PlayStation 4 reveal that was
That was at the Manhattan Center.
the Manhattan Center, yeah.
So and
Amazon.
this one used to actually be a movie theater. and they
Wasn't this
turned
the
it.
Best Buy theater? This was the
Yeah,
Best
the
Buy.
Best
Yeah,
Buy.
well, it's the best.
Yeah,
it
well,
was formerly the Best Buy theater. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's
Formerly the
small.
Nokia theater.
Small.
It-
Yeah,
and,
the
and
Nokia.
formerly, and it was used to be a really great movie theater. I saw Crocodile Dundee
Yeah.
there.
It was a Lowe's. It was the Lowe's movie.
Yeah,
theater.
it was a Lowe's movie theater. We saw
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now Redux there too, right, Tony?
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, so they had this event there, and it was kind of underwhelming. Like me personally, I got what I wanted. I got a release date, and I got prices for both of these things for the Slim and the PS4 Pro, right? But other than that, it was
You're
like
heartbroken. Keep going.
no, it wasn't that. Here's the thing. I'm just gonna jump right into it, right? Here's my problem with it, right? This whole thing.
Whoa.
What's up?
Before you jump right into it, can we establish some objective reason before we start jumping into subjectivity here?
No.
Like I don't want. Come on. I don't want to have to backpedal out of Crazy Town. So like let's start this off by doing it this way. Does anybody know spec wise what this is compared to the original PlayStation, and fuck it, compared to the new Xbox that's coming out? Like, can we put this firmly in its place of how much more powerful it is than the original, and how much more powerful it is in the competition?
All right, it is 2 times more powerful than the PS4, right? And the Xbox,
the GPU.
That's what they said.
The GPU it's like because you gotta understand that the RAM is still there, like in terms of the 8 gigs of RAM, it's still 8 gigs. It's not like it's 16 gigs.
Yeah, it's more the GPU. It's like because the original was like 2
more of the
teraflops.
GPU. Yeah, so the GPU is double. It's 4.2 teraflops now. Before I think it was 2 point something teraflops. I have to double check that. And then the bandwidth is the big deal. Like the bandwidth is a lot higher than the bandwidth on the regular PlayStation.
Are we talking networking bandwidth or internal bandwidth?
Bandwidth, I believe internal bandwidth, because this is how they're gonna get more usage out of their memory.
So yeah, okay. So it's not like they did with the PlayStation 3 where they had this great processor, but then they bottlenecked its power. And
nah.
So it's gonna be usable. Okay.
Yeah,
it
will be usable. Yes.
Okay. So and is the RAM the same generation of RAM, or is it true DDR5 RAM?
Nah, it's the same.
That's the same. Okay, cool. All right. Well, that's actually not bad for the extra $100 that they're spending. What is that compared to the new Xbox One that's coming out? Do we know anything about that?
All we know that it's 6 teraflops. Like, they didn't talk about memory, they didn't talk about full GPU power. But here's one thing that you can understand, so you can have an idea. So to hit 4K 60 frames per second consistently with ultra settings and all that stuff, you're not going to get that with the Project Scorpio, because it's not even a requirement for developers to put 4K 60 frames per second in their games. And the reason why it's not a requirement is because it's something that that's not guaranteed to be hit. Is it achievable? Yes, but it's also achievable with the PS4 Pro. So my thing is, when the Scorpio come out, 9 times out of 10 it will be a more powerful system, and that's great because that's something that they was looking for. But just because you're more powerful doesn't mean better. You see what I'm saying? So it's
so it'll be 10 out of 10 times it'll be more powerful.
Well, but it also gives us a landmark. So the new Xbox Scorpio, when it comes out, sounds like it's gonna be about 15-20% more powerful GPU-wise than the PS4 Pro.
I'll probably give it a little bit, maybe a
little more than that.
I'll probably give it a little bit more than that. But around the ballpark.
Like 5 and 6 teraflops though.
Yeah, they said 6 teraflops. PS4 Pro's at 4.2.
4, yeah.
4.2. Okay. So yeah, that's
right. But we don't know anything about the RAM or the bus speed.
Yeah, so we should really focus on the actual PlayStation instead of
absolutely. I just wanted to get a feeling of like you got to put all this shit into context.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Essentially, the PlayStation Pro has twice as much GPU power for another $100. So that being said, like now we can all fucking state our opinions on it. I just wanted to get it out there. Like, here's how much more it costs. Here's how much more it's gonna do. It's mostly, they even said, and I fucking called it, it's mostly going to be increasing frame rate for VR. They're setting it up to be better for VR. And I'm actually a little surprised by the fact that it's only $100 cheaper. So
yeah, we'll talk about that. But the thing is,
it's a big jump.
So they get an extra $10, and I'm sure that'll compensate.
Yeah. But out of respect, it is a big jump considering. Okay, so for the regular PlayStation 4, it was like 2 teraflops. So you jumped up 2 teraflops and the power in the GPU. So to have a system that's kind of like almost twice as much.
More than twice.
The
specs on the PS4 was 1.84 teraflops.
Yeah, that's true. So it's more than twice in terms of that. But even though the RAM is still 8 gigs, they didn't beef up the RAM. They beefed up the bandwidth, which will make the RAM better to use. Even though the fact that it's 8, you'll get more out of that 8. You see what I'm saying? A lot more out of that 8 actually. So to be at $399 with a system that's twice as better, that is incredible. Like, that's incredible right there for them to be able to pull that off mid-gen like that. So That's very interesting, actually.
I agree with him. Like, that's a good value. Like, I don't care who you fucking ask. Like, even by PC standards, like, you may think that the rest of the stuff that's inside the PlayStation is made of fucking potatoes, but for $100 to double your GPU power like that. Yeah, and you know, just increasing the GPU, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like we've talked about, if you increase the processor, then you'd be dealing with two different kinds of games, not games that you can upscale. So we've already firmly committed to the fact that we're upscaling for this. And so, yeah, for VR, like, yeah, upscaled GPU is going to be super. That's going to be the difference between 30 frames, which is fun, but you can play for 45 minutes before it makes you kind of barfy. And, like, then you go over to your buddy's house and you play on his PS4 Pro, and you're like, oh, my God, this is so much better.
Yeah, if he has a 4K TV. Or an HDR.
But with a 4K TV, obviously, is better, but they did say that even with a 1080p, with your current setup now, the PS4 Pro will still make your games look better than the actual PS4. So you'll still see a significant difference even with 1080p, and that's something that they actually demonstrated, to my knowledge, at the actual event, showing that even without a 4K TV, you can still see a difference for those that didn't upgrade to a 4K TV yet, which is great too. But the meats and potatoes, all the other stuff, the HDR, 4K, you're gonna want a 4K HDR TV. Like
Here's the hard drive on this one?
Terabyte.
It's a terabyte. It comes with a
terabyte.
No, I know, but can we swap it out like what we can do with the current?
Yeah, they could, but it's not.
Talk about that, but they probably could.
It's not in the same location. It's not because they got rid of that little cover on the side.
That's what I noticed because I didn't see the cover.
It's now a lot like the PlayStation 3, where you kind of have to slide it out. Yeah, if you ever saw any of the turnarounds of it, you can see like there's a spot in the back where you can pull it out.
All right.
Yeah, and when you I don't think solid state. It was a solid state. They said that when it comes out, it's gonna have the old firmware, but when you do get it, it's gonna allow for if you want to transfer all of your data over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get transfer
via Ethernet, but under normal circumstances, when you first get it, before you update it, you can't copy over all of your saves in memory.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can't you get them off the cloud?
What happened, Torrence?
I thought you can get them off the cloud.
You can't do everything off the cloud.
Yeah, you can.
They were saying you can connect them directly through
your game saves, yes, but
game itself, if you want to make it faster, transfer from console to console as opposed to just re-download it.
And the fact that there's also this is an issue from the original from PlayStation 3. Now there's a good chance that not all of your games will copy over.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
There's a good
license,
especially certain games that have been discontinued, PT, that may not go over, and a few other games that have been discontinued may not go over, or you may have to re-download them on the new console. And this is an issue from PS3.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Cause I got PT. I don't play that shit no more because
you're trying to keep it. Yeah, you're trying to keep it, though, right?
Like I'm definitely gonna.
There's a good chance you might not be able to copy it over, but we don't know.
Yo, I'll just get a new one, dog. I don't even care. I'll keep that one just to keep that. I'll just get a brand new one. So I know what's matter, kid. I'm getting that Pro, son. That's what I am. Pro at
this machine right here now.
I have to say the biggest failing of this conference is the fact that everybody, or most people, are running everything on 1080p. To see the difference as far as that, it does not work. It's like trying.
You jumped into what I was going to say. Because here's the thing. Let's just break it down just very slowly. Okay, so this is a conference, right, where they're showing you what 4K looks like on a PS4, right? What do we see it through? We see it through a 1080p television through a fucking streaming app. It's like there was a point where Mark Cerny's like, I'm going to turn HDR now. Know the difference? I'm like, I don't know this shit. What are you talking about?
4K is a fucking hat trick. Like, let's all be fucking honest. Have you seen, like, you could put Shadows of Mordor in 4K. It's not going to make it fucking look better. It's not going to magically render these graphics out of nowhere. Like, oh my god, look at all the detail on this tree. No, the tree detail isn't fucking there. All it's going to do is expand out your polygons. Like,
it's going to blow it up. Because those older games are, unless the game was pre-programmed with high resolution textures that are for 4K, then you'll actually see the difference. But for a game like Shadow of Mordor, all it's going to do is just blow it up really big. And to be honest, the game is probably not going to look as good because all the textures are too low.
All right, I got to interject here. Okay. Now that I'm addicted to PC on a whole nother level, because I got my machine now and everything like that, I want to say something, man. When it comes, like how y'all was talking about resolution, yo, that shit matters, kid. For real.
On PC it does?
Like, it does matter on PC, but
on PC it matters every day of the fucking week. Nobody has a 1080p computer.
Let me finish. No, listen, let me finish. Let me finish again. And then even on console, like my TV right now, I could do my TV? Yeah, so my TV, I can do 1080p, 720p. If I play Drive Club in 720p right now, it's not going to be what it is in 1080p on that same TV. So resolution does play a role. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It does play a role, but if the game is not designed to run at that resolution, you will notice low resolution textures. You will notice low, all kinds of issues that come from being. It's like blowing up a PlayStation 2 game onto a higher resolution. You're still gonna notice. You're gonna notice a lot of the problems.
I gotta interject right there too, son. So
listen, you're not gonna get any more. You're not gonna get extra texture resolution if everything is at a lower it's at a lower compression. It's not gonna happen.
No, listen, everything you're saying right now, logically, like, you're correct. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm telling you the shit that I see because I actually did a video on tech specs versus what I see. And I hear tech specs all day. I hear it. But then I be seeing shit that don't be matching what people be saying. So I'm going to tell you.
You be smoking that good?
No, I don't smoke. I never smoked a day of my life. I don't drink or nothing like that. I work out. I drink water. Let's get it popping. Now, what I want to tell you is, I'm not trying to, say you're wrong. It's not about that. I'm just trying to tell you that everything that you're saying, and from what I'm hearing, and from things that I've been told, when I experience things for myself, it's not cut and dry like how I've been told. So
I can explain that. I can explain that though. Like, because you can go one way, you can not go the other way. Like, you can take a game that is made for 1080p, and if you try and look at it in 720, it's always going to look like shit, right? If you try and go backwards, the game is always going to look like shit. But if you try and look forwards, like for instance, you can't go back now and play the original BioShock. You can max out the fucking settings on that thing, and it still looks like bullshit because they didn't have the graphics programmed into that game. Now, when you have a game where the graphics are totally programmed into it, it looks like shit when you dumb it down because then it's only part of what it's supposed to be. It doesn't. It really doesn't really follow the design flow that it's.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Right. I have a question for you. Right, let's get it in. Okay, y'all ready? All right, let's get it in.
Let's do it, man.
So I got. So I was playing PSP, right? Not PS Vita. I was playing PSP, right? I got the emulator on my PC, right? I was playing PSP, Grand Theft Auto PSP shit, right? On my 1080p, big ass 65-inch screen TV. This shit looked. I never seen nothing look so amazingly sharp and detailed on PSP.
Yeah, it looked like shit. You know it did.
No, see, hold on. Hold on.
I can bring my nephew in here right now, son.
Hold on. Hip-hop.
Oh, boy.
Oh shit, you gotta go get his nephew. You see what we did?
Okay.
What we gone
okay. Here's the thing, hip-hop. The thing is that
oh shit, he got his nephew.
Oh, he's got his nephew. Oh. Yo, tell him how we look on the TV.
When I put the emulator on. When I show
like shit, right?
The PSP.
It looks better than Uncharted 4.
The thing is that it's with a lot of those the way those emulators work.
With Day of Reckoning, all that, how well they look, and these old ass games, how they look like brand new games on my joint. Now, please.
Yo, man, he's nervous. You're putting this boy on the spot.
It looks amazing. It looks like a remastered. Like it looks like, I don't even know. It just
Like you gotta see it for yourself.
You know what it is? It's a lot of it's all resampling and stuff like that. But texture resolution doesn't get any better.
You're not understanding what it looks like on his TV.
It doesn't matter until you see everything on his TV. Here's the thing. You know, especially what happens with a lot of emulators, everything gets resampled and stuff like that. But texture resolution does not get resampled. If anything, what happens with an emulator, it blurs it a little bit, so it looks pretty nice when you blow it up really big. The thing is that the polygons of a character don't look any better. They don't get any more polygons. Texture resolution is not there. You'll see a lot of these things.
Grand Theft Auto, Manny.
Yes, it's Grand Theft Auto, which is...
No. Grand Theft Auto is the greatest example. Grand Theft Auto came out with a remastered edition. Did it look better than the regular edition? Absolutely so, because what they do... Well, it looked better than it looked better on the PS4.
It looked better, man. It looked better, man. Come on now.
Because they cranked up all the things that they had, but it doesn't look as good as some of the mods that have been done.
Yeah, but again, when you start blowing up certain things that are meant for a certain resolution, obviously they will not look as good. You'll get blurry textures. Remember Tony? A lot of times you would always complain about rescaled games on your PlayStation, like rescaled games from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3. Obviously, the console is resampling everything and blowing it up really huge. But of course, you'll start seeing all these different.
But it looks better. But that's my point.
It doesn't look any better.
Look at the difference between the Rockstar upgraded version of Grand Theft Auto, in which they just basically took all their dials and cranked them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the PC version, where people went through and replaced all the textures with photorealistic textures. That's what happens when you add more textures to the database. Then you blow that shit up 4K and it looks photorealistic.
Exactly. See, that's what has to happen. If you're gonna start doing stuff like that, like doing stuff in 4K, that means that the games has to kind of be redeveloped for that resolution. But the thing about a lot of PC games is that they're already doing a lot of that stuff. A lot of that, they already have high resolution textures because, right, Torrence?
Yep.
Because they know that the guys playing it are going to ramp this shit up to the highest level.
Skyrim, for instance, Skyrim had an HD texture download that you could get.
Oh, yeah. But, okay, here's my question, though. Most of the games that we play, they can't truly be scaled up to 4K. Not in the way that we play them. So most of the games that are going to have native 4K texture resolution programmed into the game are going to be like smaller games in smaller worlds.
Thank you for saying that, because that is one of the examples I used today. We're talking about how Microsoft is with their marketing. They're talking about they're going to have native 4K. I'm like, yeah, they might have a Geometry Wars 3 on the Scorpion that's native 4K at 60 frames per second.
Yes.
But they're not going to have Tomb Raider 3 running at 4K 60 frames per second.
I don't know.
But then again, I'm staying open-minded about this because technology changes fast. Who knows? Right. Maybe they got something up their sleeve.
Torrence, it's not, man. I could barely run Tomb Raider at 75 frames per second on 4K, and I'm running a RX 295X too, and that's like 11.5 teraflops.
Oh, look, dude, I completely understand, and I'm more so thinking that Microsoft's not going to be able to do it. But again, I have to stay open-minded about this. I have to just keep an open mind. I'm not going to say anything until I see specs, hardware, and games running on it.
So the thing is, okay, so now again, this runs us back to a problem with this PlayStation show. It's like, okay, we're talking about how it's supposed to be showing us how much better this thing looks, but most of us can't see the difference.
Right.
Yeah, and the ironic thing is I have a 4K monitor and the stream was in 1080p, so
exactly.
I got a better idea. Let's just break it down even simpler. For let's say someone that walks into a store, how is the seller going to try to convince the consumer, hey, you should get this one? Why?
They obviously said the thing is that they also obviously said it was for gamers, so that want.
Well, the thing is, the people that were actually there said it looked better. They looked a lot better.
Obviously, because that's they have it. The environment is set up for that. Obviously, in order to sell it, just like VR, you have to be there and see it, or people have to experience the issue that they're having with the former resolution. Grand Theft Auto, for example, if you remember, on PS3 and on Xbox 360, back in those days, we didn't have HDTVs were rare. I was playing that game and I could not read the fucking cell phone text on that Nico would get in that game.
Oh, had a projection TV,
yo,
5-inch, and
there you go. There you go. What's up, man?
Yo, sorry about that. I don't know what happened, son. But my nephew's still here, and the thing is, I'm gonna cut you off. I know, you know what I'm saying. I just want to say this real quick. So I understand your logic in terms of if you take something that's designed to be on a screen like this small. And
it's like taking a small JPEG, like a little JPEG about this big, and blowing it up onto your screen.
Yeah, it's gonna look crazy. It's gonna look mad pixelated, and because it's not meant to be like that. That's not the same. I know exactly what you're saying. If you take a picture that's like 200 by 200 and you just try to expand it on your screen, it's gonna look horrible. What I'm trying to tell you is that logic that you use with the JPEG does not work when it comes to the games that I play. That's made at, like, for example, I could, like, with the PSP. I had my nephew come in the room because when I first got my Razer PC, you can't look at it. I wish I had a son I could show you the reflection of it. But if I show you my Razer PC right now, son, and I started putting PS1 games on it, PS2 games on it, and I was like, yo, like, like this Crash Bandicoot. Tell them about how Crash Bandicoot look.
You're not only running it with emulation software, which obviously upsamples and does all kinds of fun things to kind of smooth things out, but you're also running things with motion flow on top of it. So a normally 30 frames per second game will be running at somewhat close to 60, but at the same time, because it's using all these different effects to kind of give you this experience. But at the same time, that is not exactly the true experience of what it is.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, I hear what you're saying.
It's like you're watching everything through a special. You're watching everything through a special effect. It looks very good, but at the same time, that's not exactly how it's not a direct representation of how it is actually running. Because remember, you know how motion flow works, where it's essentially it's resampling every single frame.
Yeah.
Well, okay, hold on a second though. But here's the thing I'm getting. So it sounds like hip hop is arguing that more resolution doesn't matter.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying that more resolution does matter, because when I turn the resolution up on these games that were designed in loader, like, listen.
But you're not turning the resolution up. You're just upscaling them to a larger monitor. Okay. The resolution stays exactly the same. The pixel density stays exactly the same.
Listen, let me explain to y'all what I did to get the results I got, so you can understand straight up, okay?
You double-clicked on the icon and you started the game. That's all you can do.
Listen, no, it's not. So on the so I'm gonna use PlayStation 1 for example, right? So Crash Bandicoot, the same Crash Bandicoot that came out in like in 1997. You know how pixelated and all that shit looked. It was like what, 300 by 240 resolution or some shit on PlayStation 1. That joint was crazy low and all of that, right?
Wait, let me stop you. It didn't look pixelated because when we were playing Crash Bandicoot on our tube TVs, we had limited resolution, so we couldn't see the pixels.
It looked bad.
That's what Brett's trying to tell us. No, it didn't look bad. We loved the way it looked. Actually, Crash Bandicoot looked great for its time.
We had nothing to compare it to,
for its time. No, for its time.
And it had smooth edges. Yeah. It had smooth edges, and it wasn't pixely at all.
No, for its time, it looked good, because you're talking about for its time. We're in 2016 right now. It don't look good back then, like how we looking at games now. That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm just trying to tell you is, I'm just trying to correct you. You said it was pixely. There's no way you could tell it was pixely because you were playing it on a 640 by 480 television.
Dude, the joint looked shimmery, like, to me.
Shimmery and shiny.
No, it was shimmery like this, like add that little, you know what I'm saying, when you doing things and jumping and doing certain things and going back and forth, add this little shimmer. It didn't look that clear.
But it wasn't pixely though. That's all I'm trying to say.
Right, whatever you want to
say. So essentially what you're saying is
Okay, whoa.
Guys, let the man finish. Go ahead, Hip Hop.
I didn't get a chance to finish because Torrence cut me off. So what I was trying to tell you is that on my PlayStation 1, emulator running on the PC, right? I turned the resolution up because they had the option where I could turn on resolution and I could upscale this and I could do all these other things. I had Crash Bandicoot from 1997. I downloaded the ROM, like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and then I put it on the emulator. And dude, you could play the game in the old way it was originally made, or you could play it with the updated like the software and the hardware stuff. I use my GeForce GTX 970M to run it, and then when I tell you, you can ask my nephew, the game Crash Bandicoot from 1997 looked like a remastered PS4 type. I cannot make this up. It looks so real.
Okay, number one, of course it did, dude. You ran it through a bunch of upsampling software. Like, that's what these video cards do, is they make video games look better. They're going to increase the resolution, they're going to increase the anti-aliasing, but here's the thing that it's not going to do, okay? And I'm going to explain this as simple as I can to the people out there listening. If you have a character who is 5 blocks wide, right? And they are a gradation from black to yellow. So the left block is black, this block in from that is a dark red. The block in from that is a light red. The block in from that is a gold. The block in from that is a yellow, right? So you're actually having a gradation from black to yellow, right? So, you know, like flames or something like that. Right. You can upgrade that to a higher resolution. You can upgrade that to where it's 10 pixels wide. But all that's going to mean is there's going to be 2 black squares followed by 2 red squares, followed by 2 light red squares, followed by 2 orange squares. It's just going to increase the density of pixels. There is no way, without going back in and rewriting the texture for a game, that you can put in, you know, a golden ochre pixels somewhere in there. You can't add more pixels to make that gradation smoother. Listen, you can only add more pixels by blowing it up.
Tech talk you're saying, it sounds great, and I'm not denying your knowledge. I'm not denying my knowledge. I understand what you're saying, but put like this: the same thing that I told Torrence years ago. He had a 120 hertz TV. I asked him, does it make a difference in games? Because I saw the difference in movies, and he said, no, it doesn't make a difference. So I said, okay.
Wait.
I go to my baby mom's crib.
Quote me right. I said, no, it doesn't make a difference. It makes them look worse. That's what I said.
and that's why you got to
motion flow makes your shit look
right
worse.
now, you need another pair. Now, listen, what I was trying to explain
he swears by motion flow. Don't say that shit.
So what I was trying to say is when he told me that, I said, okay, cool, because at the time I still had a 60 hertz Sony TV. I went to my baby mom's crib. She had a Vizio, but it was 120 hertz, but I didn't even know it was 120 hertz until I played Mafia 2 on it, and I was like, yo, this shit look way better than my TV because of the smoothness. I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? 120 hertz. Then I get the TV I got now, and I'm like, yo, why do you think? Look at these monitors. Look at these computer monitors coming out. That's 120 hertz and 144 hertz, and that shit is smooth now. I've been saying that for the longest, and everybody say they don't do nothing. Y'all lying.
So hip hop.
Just said yourself.
Hold on. So I'm not gonna talk technical, man. I'm just gonna ask you this. So you're saying that Crash?
What's up, Carlos? How you doing? I'm sorry, you know I get passionate. Go ahead.
Nah, it's all good, man. So you're saying, and this is like the obvious statement. You're saying that Crash Bandicoot looks better on your TV right now than on your old shimmering tube TV back then in 1997.
Of course it does, but but I'm not saying no, because I'm not going to allow you to twist that. What I'm saying is this: I can play Crash Bandicoot on my TV right now, and it could look just like the 1997 version. But when I start turning on these special features that my PC can hold and run, it looks like a brand new game that just came out yesterday.
Like, oh God,
get the fuck out of here.
I gotta jump in. My head's gonna fucking explode.
Hold on. You said you think I'm lying? Yo, Tony, you can come to my crib and I will show you, son. I cannot make this up.
Dude, I believe you, but you're missing something. You're missing something that is so important.
All right, hold on. You know what, guys? I'm gonna stop it right now because we gotta talk about this PlayStation.
Yeah, I gotta make this point, Tony. Okay. I'm gonna die if I don't make this point.
Make your point, and we gotta talk about the PlayStation shit, man.
Okay. When hip hop is upscaling his game to the monitor, and he says it looks like shit, that is what upscaling is. When hip hop then says he does all the other stuff that his computer can do to make it better, which is post-processing, that is not upscaling, that is upgrading a game. That is using post-processing to make a game look better, and that requires additional computation. It requires additional power, not just an extra GPU or something like that.
Okay, so now we come into a conclusion, and the fact is that how y'all said that with the 4K you ain't gonna really see a difference because of such and such, and you gotta go back in and change the textures and this and that. What I'm trying to tell y'all is games that are old and done, that's not gonna ever get touched up ever again. I could play those games the same way they was initially made, like a Ridge Racer. I could play that game the way it was originally made, but then I could put it on an emulator and it looked way better because of the other features that I could utilize to make it look better. That's what I'm saying. So a game that's untouched from this original development, I can still make look way better than that original development was.
Yes,
that's
you can.
That's the only thing I was trying to say. So when you
said it looks like you said it looks like a current gen game. That's bullshit.
No, it's not bullshit. Yo, it looked like a remastered. It looked like a remastered PS4 title. I can't make this up.
You know what it looks like? You know what it looks like? You know what it looks like? It looks like a game running in emulation. Bam. Let's be quiet and let's talk about some.
I'm cutting this off right now. We got to talk about PlayStation.
All right, let's go. No doubt. That was a good art. I really appreciated that art. That felt so good to have with y'all. I apprect y'all having that with me. That was dope.
But the thing is that argument we're having is not completely out of the question here, because that is kind of what PlayStation is doing. It's doing a bunch of fancy shit to make the 4K look good, but it's not native 4K. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. It's not native 4K, Tony. And I never said it was native 4K. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying people are trying to say that. I'm like, no, it's not native 4K.
Oh no, hell no, it's not native. The only way you get native 4K right now is on PC with my 4 Titan X Pascals and 4-way SLI that I want to get. But besides that, the only way you get native 4K is through PC. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's 4K 60 frames per second that performance. Yeah,
hold on. Reggie, I know you want to get in here. He was raising his hand like a
go ahead, Weapon. My bad.
All right, so back to the conference. Here's
like a robot, Reggie. What's going on, man?
Well, can you hear me now?
We hear you, but it's like
real staticky. Yeah, it's real staticky.
You know why? He's using those stupid Apple headphones.
Yeah, why you bought them shits, man? There you go, Reggie. You sound okay now. You said, Reggie, talk, man.
Reggie, I want you to say one thing. I'm gonna take my time. Sexual seduction. You gotta do that.
Yo, you so stupid. Oh my god, I can't believe
you sound like that. Doesn't he sound like that song?
Yo, you stupid.
Reggie.
Is my sound clear now?
No, but just talk.
Just keep going.
Just go, Reggie. Just go. We'll figure it out.
Just try to go.
I'm gonna change these.
Why did you do that in the first place, man? Instead of them cheap iPhone shits.
Yeah, man. Fuck iPhone, man. Bullshit.
Yo, they really trying to get y'all with the earbuds.
No, $130 for fucking earbuds. Are you kidding?
No, was it 150? No.
What? 100 and what?
This is why I don't buy Apple products.
It's okay, they got a layaway plan. Don't worry about
it. This right here.
Yeah.
All right, can you hear me now?
Good.
It's better.
Just talk, man. Just talk.
Okay. So basically, I believe that the crux of the situation with the event was that everybody's saying right now is that you couldn't see it in 1080p. We couldn't see it in 1080p, right? Well, not 4K.
4K, yeah.
Here's what I think Sony should have done, which is why I'm not sure why they didn't think about it. They should have thought about it the way that they thought about VR. They know that, okay, this is going to be a hard sell. We really can't show VR the way we want it to our audience. So, hey, we need to put it out in the marketplace so people can test it out and really see, and then leverage the feedback in the social media aspect of it like that. What I would have done if I was Sony, okay, listen, we know for a fact that nobody's not going to be able to see the 4K because it's going to be compressed on these streams. What I would have done was say, okay, look, I would have admitted that and had some kiosks going into stores this week with the Neo, so that way you're able to play it and see it, and then people can really get a true sense of what it is. I think that would have spoke volumes and spoke to the people more.
Amen.
I definitely agree with it. But
Amen.
The thing is that also you have to. The thing is that you have to be able to. You know, we're at this press conference,
right?
And you should be able to demonstrate what you are showing on the press conference to show to people, regardless of what thing that they are running it on. And that the thing is to show what things are. Yes, it can do 4K. That's beside the point. But we should be able to show what things it's able to do for people who still have 1080p television.
Right.
What features does it? Why did they not talk about the fact that okay, you can now run SharePlay at 1080p frames per second? That you can get screenshots that are at 4K resolution. They didn't talk about all that stuff.
They didn't talk about the new controller.
They didn't talk about the new controller.
They didn't talk about that.
The thing is, they spent all this time on talking.
They got a new controller?
Yeah, PlayStation controller, man.
Also, they didn't talk about the 4K Blu-ray. Oh, my bad.
They didn't. Yeah, they obviously. But see, the thing is that they only spent a short section of time. What was it on Rise for Honor, where they're like, yes, and with certain games, how that are developed with this thing in mind, we have a better draw distance, or we have this going on, and they should have showed a little bit more of those sorts of things to bring it to the level to people that they could get because it's like, hey, look, we're showing it to you in this HDR. Okay, I can't see that. This is in 4K. I guess I'll believe you.
No, Emilio, you are 100,000% right.
We're not sitting in the. I mean, we weren't the media sitting in that room, so we're all looking at this 1080 thing and like, okay, I guess that looks good.
I agree with you 100%. And Weapon X, same thing. I agree with you 100%. What I would say in terms of them showing it off and stuff like that, me personally, instead of having like this event, because I was thinking about this on top of what Weapon was saying, is their PSX events. Those are events specifically designed for the fans, like specifically designed. And I would have did something like that, because now you're hearing it from not just the people on one side of the field, you're hearing it from everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? How good this thing is or whatever. And because the way it is now, it's like a controlled voice. Because it's for media and media only. Whereas if you had the controlled voice and the general consumer voice that's actually going to buy this, when you hear both sides of the story, and if the message is the same, then it's more trustworthy, even though you couldn't see certain things. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, but it's just finding the best way to find the balance.
Exactly. It's also the same issue why they haven't done a lot of demonstrations of VR on stage and stuff like that. Because impossible. You can't. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, because you look stupid. Like, look.
Exactly.
We seen that. We saw that with his suit.
Exactly. So it's hard. It's very difficult to demonstrate, something like that, which is really dependent on an actual person seeing it in front of them. I mean, obviously, when you go to a Best Buy, you get to see all the TVs running in front of you, and you get to pick out which one you think it looks the best.
Right. Well, I think the problem is that, and it's a weird problem. There's a great way to showcase how VR works. The problem is that we've been fucking exploiting that shit for the past 10 years since before VR was a thing. How many video games start with you actually in, like, from the character's eyes running through a battlefield, looking in ways that a video game would never let you look? Like, it's this weird cinematic where you're running through a battlefield and there's shit exploding and you look to the left and you see the head tilt and the head pan. Like, the problem is...
Especially the Killzone trailer?
I don't know what you're talking about. So... if we could actually produce games that looked like that, and VR would be a vital component for that, people would be fucking excited. But we've been utilizing this idea, A, for the last 10 years, and B, before that, even the last time we tried to utilize VR, like the idea of like, this is what it would look like, being in the game, and it's overused, it's overplayed, and people are too smart to fall for it now, which is it's this weird shitty Chicken Little situation. So now it's like, okay, well, now how do we show somebody VR? Because the only other options we have left are, we've played out showing it from the inside and desensitized everybody. So what are we going to show it from the outside? No, that's fucking stupid. That's just some jackass with a box strapped to his face.
Well,
baby.
Hey, Brett, let me ask you a question. Have you tried VR for yourself yet?
Yeah.
So from someone that actually used it and played it, what are your thoughts on what you played? Like, what did you play? Like, what was your experience?
I got to experience it was actually just a real simple racing simulator, and I didn't even get to drive. I was in the passenger side seat. It was like pre-recorded video.
Yeah, that was bullshit. I remember.
Nah, you didn't. You ain't really. All right, so Brett, just for someone that played a lot of VR. On PlayStation VR and HTC Vive at all these events, I could tell you, man, It's the fucking real deal. Excuse my language.
Oh, no, I'm excited.
Excuse the language on fucking Throwdown, really?
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm trying to not curse
fucking language, right? Watch the
alright?
fucking language.
I'm trying to not curse as much, all right? I'm trying to be better. You know what I'm saying?
There's a reason why we have a warning in the front of our show, so you can go off.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to be better with my vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? Right. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that I've played a plethora of different type of VR titles.
Fancy $20 words right there.
Thank you. I just came from Arizona out of college. But anyway, so what happened is I played the London Heist. And that alone right there was insanity because I'm sitting down, the dude is holding a cell phone telling me to get the phone, and I literally had to look up, like stand up, get the phone. Like I was in it, doing it, like, and then I'm shooting this, ducking, pulling the drawer out. Like it was insane. So that was one experience. Then a whole nother experience, Resident Evil 7. But this was before it was called Resident Evil 7, and it was just called The Kitchen. Okay? And I'm up here on Fox 5 News with hard ass nipples. Because I was scared, I don't know what, son. She came up and did some crazy joint like this, and I'm like, so the joint was, oh my bad, I'm sorry, I'm on his toe, my bad. So, it was so crazy. I'm sorry about that. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. So my thing is, like, now experiencing VR, I even play Rigs in VR. Rigs is another game that was like, I played the Battle Zone, and I was like, you know what Battle Zone was like? It was like playing Smash TV from Nintendo. It was like playing Smash TV in tanks inside. It was crazy.
But
so
even beyond all that though, like I can tell you the crystalline fucking moment, and I've had a couple of these moments throughout my life. The one of the times, the first time I played fucking Halo, right, on an Xbox, I walked up to a kiosk in an EB Games, I put the controller in my hand, and I used both sticks. I used one stick to move and the other stick to look around, and within 2.5 seconds, something in the back of my mind clicked, and I'm like, holy shit, it should have always been this way. The fuck am I doing with this GoldenEye yellow button, tiny C button, down, tap bullshit? Like, this is how a game is meant to be. It felt like unlocking something.
Oh, man. It was over the C button, dick, gold, dick.
So I put the VR helmet on myself, and immediately, the first thing that hit me was not just like, oh, I'm immersed, oh, I'm in the game, oh, when I move, it moves. It was, I felt like I had been wearing a neck brace for my entire gaming career. And for the first time, it had been taken off, and I had been given full use of my neck. Because I couldn't imagine that. I was craning my neck, I was turning my head to the side.
Yes,
I was looking around, I was looking up under wheel wells and shit, and I couldn't help but think, like, you give me this in any shooter, I no longer need a cover system. I'll run up to a corner and fucking peek around the corner. I will stand up, peek around that corner. Like, all of the possibilities came flooding at me all at once, and I was like, what you have done is just exponentially change the gaming experience. It's like unlocking another fucking sense. It's like one day you wake up and
like, yes, exactly. It's like you got 7 senses. I get it.
Was it like when Bowman went into the monolith in 2001, where all those colors and shit going?
It kind of felt like that, but it was more of those, like, imagine that you had been like locked in a chest from the waist down for all your life, and then one day somebody lets you out and you start walking around. Like, it's just this weird extra bit of mobility. It's like growing a new arm. It's good, it's helpful, it feels like it should have always been there. But now you're like, I'm not used to this, and now every time I go back to games, like I feel fucking strained.
It feels funny. I see what you mean. Yeah, well, I loved it. I think VR is going to be, great, and I think it's ready now. So, but yeah, I think it's dope, man. But back to the PlayStation meeting, even more so. One thing I wanted to ask all of y'all. Now that we know that it's actually coming out this year, one of the things that y'all was talking about before we started was, how it's going to compete against Scorpio. And then I know Tony had the article about it's not meant to compete against Scorpio. And one of the things that I just want to throw this out there and see what y'all think is that at this point right now, you have to understand this is not a new generation for PlayStation. It's the same generation. It's the same 40 million sold, just being and this is just something to add to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's the same generation. So when people talk about competing against Scorpio, to me there's really no comparison when you talk about this generation, unless Xbox is truly going a whole new leap and change in this generation. Then that's a whole nother story. But
yeah,
if
you're forcing out the incumbent.
Yeah, but if the Scorpio is supposed to be is considered a mid-tier upgrade, like how PlayStation 4 is like a mid-tier upgrade, then it's the same battle that we're talking about, and Scorpio will be in a better position, but I still don't see them catching up to what Sony has done this generation.
Let me ask you this, Hip Hop. A better position for what, though? Like, okay, so you got more power. What are you going to do with it? We know what Sony's going to do with it. They're going to push VR.
Yeah.
And they've jumped on that bandwagon. I've said time and time again, man, if Microsoft missed the fucking boat, they should have taken all of their Kinect technology, all of their facial recognition.
Yep. You should be working for them right now, because I don't know why they didn't do that. I mean, yo, Brett, like, seriously, like, Torrence, I want you to get up in this too, man. Like, why is it that a lot of times, and Torrence will tell you, for years, going to E3 and having certain conversations with certain developers and people and stuff like that, and we throw things up to them and ask them this and ask them that, and in their mind they get this dumbfounded face like, oh wow, we should have thought of that. And I'm like, how did you blatantly miss this opportunity? Like, you know what I'm saying? Torrence will tell you, we see it all the time. So it's like, why do you think that is? Like, are they too close to the product so they can't see certain things? Like, what do you think it is?
Because everything's decided by a committee. That's why. It's a committee decision. The executives play a large part in the decisions that are made with these corporations. That's why you had the whole Kinect fiasco with Microsoft in the first place. They could have had two SKUs. They could have had a Kinect SKU and a Kinectless SKU at the beginning. And it would have done so much better for them, but you had dumbass fucking Matrix in there running there.
Yeah, the Matrix.
Non-Matrix.
Non-Matrix, man.
I like the Matrix.
No, he wanted to sell. He wanted to sell Kinects, so he bundled it purposely and forced people to buy it. Now, I don't care if you liked it or not. I love the Kinect, but they should have had a Kinectless SKU from the beginning for $3.99. It would have changed the whole game for them.
I agree, man. By the way, is he related to Matrix from Commando? I just got to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got to say this real quick, though, because I want to jump on something Hip Hop said. This is what I think is going on with Sony right now. I tweeted this. This is my theory. I want to know what you guys think about it, right? 2013, PlayStation 4, right? 2016, PS4 Pro. 2019, PS5. I think that's
why do you got to derail the conversation from a perfectly
I'm just saying, man.
To talk about bullshit street dates and when the next gen is going to come out.
I'm just telling you,
we're really going down from an intellectual discussion about where these companies could have brought themselves and bringing it back onto fucking troll bait.
Oh man,
I'm just telling you. He's taking it from hypotheticals to our projections for the future, because we're really dealing in hypotheticals. What if Microsoft made a Kinectless SKU? They didn't. So
my point is because we're talking about comparing this to the Scorpio, right? This is Sony's generation. They're going on a 6-year generation now. That's what I predict, right? Microsoft is doing their own thing. The Scorpio, as I said in my articles, and I've said this on this show many times, that shit sounds like a next gen system. It doesn't sound like an upgrade to the Xbox One.
It's bullshit to talk about next gen right now, because look, the last generation was the longest generation that we had ever had. So if you look back, the pattern is changing, but there's not enough data to show how the pattern is changing.
We were going through a recession, so I think that was a big part of it.
Yeah, that totally was a big part of the recession.
We were going through a recession and people losing their jobs, and they were like, I don't think they're going to want to spend money on the console, even though game sales were up. I don't know if they wanted to go that route.
And it's so funny, like the game industry always survive a recession. It's like that level of entertainment is always needed in people's lives. Trust me, I know.
Especially during the recession.
But at the same time, if you map out the releases, right, and you map out, like, okay, it happened every 8 years, that happened every 8 years, that happened every 8 years, now it's happening every 10 years, now it's going to happen every blank. Like, the problem is 2 points of data create a point. 3 points of data, if they all match up, can show a pattern. But you need 4 points of data or more to show a correlative pattern. And we're in the middle of a fluctuation that is unprecedented. this may be the first half generation we ever see. So it could be 11 years, or it could swing back to the old one comes out every fucking 8 years. We really don't know, and it's such foreign water that it's unless we hear something about the like, oh, it's coming this year, then like I don't know that projecting is even a good idea based on past information.
Well, one thing I will say that that I think this has a lot to do with the mid-tier PS4 and the Scorpio, whatever that's going to be, but the rise of PC sales, especially in gaming notebooks, like the rise of those sales you got to think about it like this: people are spending more money on like PC in a long time, and then when you look about the PC culture in terms of how much games cost and what you can get and the demos and like the way it works and mods and everything that it has to offer and stuff like that, a lot more people is catching on to that, and a lot more people is looking at their investment. So when you look at an investment with a PC and the performance and everything that you can do, it's like, okay, if I invest in this, it may be more initially, but down the road I may be getting more out of this than what I would get in a console in terms of performance and peak and things like that. So I think part of that data is something that the console generation and the console business was paying attention to, saying that, hey, if gamers are willing to spend this much money and do this and do that, well, we could bring something like that to the console world, have a mid-tier upgrade, and still benefit financially by giving them more, since they obviously chose with their wallet on the PC
well,
side.
it's not really much more because the environments for PC and console are completely different. A console is a closed system. You can't change it. You can't alter it. The operating system only allows you to do what Microsoft and Sony set it out to do. You can launch games, you can launch apps, and you can communicate with your friends. That's it, right? And whether you can do that faster or better is inconsequential to the ability of PC. You have a system that is open. You can change it, you can alter it, you can mod it, like you said. You can also develop games. The barrier for entry for getting games and creating games is low, so you can... the potential on there is infinite, really. Absolutely. So that's the difference with PC. Like PC allows you to do way more, and
and I see a lot more people investing in like PC. The more they learn about the abilities of what they can do, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
my man Terry Crews is a PC gamer now. You saw that shit?
Everybody has seen that shit.
Everybody's seen that. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So it is a beautiful thing, and I think that energy was something that Sony and Microsoft recognized. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna front, man. When you look at from a business standpoint, when you look at Nvidia, you look at AMD, and you looking at Dell and all these other companies, man, they really on the rise. They doing a lot of things that the industry never really seen them do from a gaming standpoint, success-wise. So I think it's very interesting to see that growth, and I think that growth allows for the growth of the console business, so they could play, so they won't be too far behind, yet in the process of always playing catch-up.
The only problem with this is that we're all just talking about boxes and we're not talking about fucking games. We're just talking about potential, but not talking about games. To be honest, I don't care about this new thing. I don't care about the new Xbox because they're not talking about games. We're just talking about boxes. And why I don't care. It's like okay, we can do all these things. Are you going to do them? Where are the games?
Right. I agree.
You have fucking The Last Guardian coming out literally almost a few days away from this fucking thing. Did you see it on that floor? Did you see it there on how stupid? You don't see shit.
Sony's gonna sleep on that one. Watch, it's not gonna have any advertising or anything. I know they are.
And I don't know why. And I don't know why, because
they got two games that are coming out literally around the same time as the friggin' Pro. Why aren't you demoing those goddamn games instead of fucking showing me Horizon Zero Dawn 100 times? You know?
Yeah. Which is it coming out?
I know more about.
Horizon's coming out in January.
The Last Guardian.
It's the same reason why they didn't advertise Ratchet and Clank, the game or the movie. Let them both die. Who gives a shit?
And that's crazy.
So I'm saying this. We're talking about boxes and we're talking about how, the things that are potential that they can do, but we're not seeing any games, and that's the thing that bugs me.
There's also another fundamental problem. So Hip Hop, I'll post you a hypothetical. So you get that crazy machine you were talking about earlier in the show, right?
Yes.
Titan SLI, whatever.
Yes.
So let's say
I'm calling it the Jagon. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah. So let's say Destiny 2 comes out sometime in the future. You put it on your machine, and it has all sorts of frame rate. Yeah, but let's say just for sake of argument, it runs fine on the Xbox One Scorpio. It runs fine on the PS4 Pro. You get it on your PC, and it has frame rate issues. It crashes, and it has all sorts of problems. Why is that? You have an excellent PC, right? Nothing wrong with your operating system.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Batman. If you understand, PC, even though it's the most powerful, it's also the stepchild of the situation. And the reason why is because console is more easier to get in, and it's more simple. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a set it and forget it thing. Everything is done for you. You buy the disc, everything works, and that's it. It's easier. So I get it. But when it comes to PC, you know, it's more challenging. For example, Telltale Games, they sent me the Batman series. I couldn't even play it on the PC. It wasn't working, all these other problems, so they had to send me the PS4 code.
No,
so my thing is...
Well, there's a deeper problem.
Hold on, let Torrence over.
It has nothing to do with being easier on console or anything like this. Consoles are a closed system.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's easier.
Let me finish.
In terms of
no, it's not. It has nothing to do with easy or hard. You have a closed system, and you're developing for that one system. So PlayStation 4, that one system. Xbox One, that one system. PCs, everybody's PC is different. Not everybody is buying an Alienware or a Dell XPS. They're building their own machines. They're getting custom machines from iBuyPower, you know, from all these different companies, from Razer. So the developer puts out a game. Like when Batman came out, there was a whole bunch of people complaining about Batman. I wasn't. It was running fine on my machine. No glitches, no errors. It just ran. So,
by the way, Torrence, it's ironic you're saying that because you sound like a robot right now.
I do. It's probably because I'm front. Let me get close. Let me get closer. Let me get close to the mic. Okay.
Oh my God.
No, it did. You sound very robotic.
Really? Let me make sure it's the right mic. Oh, it's the wrong fucking mic. Oh, no, it's the right one. I don't know. It's fucking Google. Whatever. Anyway, you can hear me though, right?
Yeah, we can hear you. I guess. Yeah, just make your point. I guess.
So you know, they're all different. So the problem is, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? So what happens is, developers, there's this unknown factor out there. These people that either have shitty drivers, or their system isn't up to spec, or maybe they're running AMD and AMD isn't running as good as NVIDIA, right? So that's when you run into these problems. Wow. It's not a matter of easy or hard, it's the unknown factor out there. Well, that's why when you have a problem with a PC game, the developer asks you to send you your DirectX diagnostics. So they can look at it, see certain specs, and see what the hell is wrong. It's not a matter of your program. For all these games are made on PC. Forget about that.
Yeah, Torrence, I got a question for you. I got a question for you, just for clarity. So, so a game comes out and they got the minimum requirements and like the recommended requirements. And if my system is better than the actual recommended requirements, why would I still get problems? Because like
you're running a weird motherboard, you're running weird drivers. You know, maybe you have a security update that wasn't put on your system. There's so many factors involved.
Maybe you're running an AMD card and the game was developed under NVIDIA.
Yes, there's so many factors involved.
You didn't get the latest update for your video card. It's always something.
It's always something. All right, cool. I just wanted to ask because, you know, I'm still in the learning process, but I learned a lot, but I'm still in the learning process. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to know for myself too, because I never, like, that was a great question that did Carlos bring that up, or I forgot.
I brought it up.
You brought Chris, you brought that up. Yeah, because that's a great question because I never understood that either. I'm like, yo, why is it that I got like the best hardware, but it still ain't performing right, and I could play it on PS4 and it run great? Like it's like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that too, but another reason why I'm so heavy in the PC is because I get my own cheat codes and I get my own mods and all my other stuff. So I'm big on that.
That's also why NVIDIA created the NVIDIA experience. You know, so then that way it's like, you know what? If the game works with it, here's the config file that'll just max your card out for you and just do it.
NVIDIA's great. I just hit one button, it does all of the stuff for me, and I can go.
So right there.
Yeah, NVIDIA's great. I like NVIDIA better than AMD, honestly.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Hey, I'm just saying from, you know, experience. Like that's all.
I agree. But 90% of people, 90% of the people will agree with you. I kind of like the chunky Russian era AMD cards. Like, man, like it's like running Russian technology. Like, man, you can crank those things so fucking hot and drop them down a set of stairs, and yeah, half the time they won't work right, and half the time, like, oh look, updates for NVIDIA that broke my AMD game. Great, I'll play this in a week, but goddamn, those things are cheap, and goddamn, you can run the fuck out of them.
Yeah, that's crazy, Stowe. But one thing I want to talk about, I wanted to bring something to your attention, is the games that they did show in terms of Days Gone, Spider-Man, Horizon. They showed that. They talked about Uncharted 4. So here's something I wanted to relate to y'all. So one of my friends that was actually at the event, and the way he broke things down to me, he was saying that HDR, because he saw it in person, he was standing 100 feet away, and when they did the demonstration on HDR, even from that far away, he saw the difference. Now, he's not a graphics whore, not even a little bit. That's my department, and he told me that he was acting like me when he saw it, which speaks volumes, because he's not really into the whole graphics thing like that, and it truly blew him away, just HDR alone. And the combination of that with 4K, it was like, look, it looks literally that much better than what you see in your standard PS4. And to me, what I was excited about what he said was because he was talking about games, and what Sean Layden and everybody was telling him, they was talking about games that was being patched to use this, not games that was being built from the ground up to tap into this extra power. And the games that was patched had a significant difference, like a significant difference. A lot of people was talking about The Last of Us, how that had a big difference and all this other stuff. And I was like, yo, you serious? He's like, dude, he's like, hip hop, I acted like you, and you know I don't even care about that shit like that. But I had no choice. Like, I can't, it was like that. And I was like, word. So I'm just telling y'all, for someone that did see it, because I didn't get a chance to, see myself yet, but that right there alone is exciting for me, just to know that patched games can have that impact. Imagine what next year is going to be when you see the games truly use it going forth. Yeah, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
Actually, Manny, hold on a second, because Torrence got hold on, Manny. Torrence got to dip in a few minutes. So Torrence, get some words on you, man.
What's the topic now? What are we talking?
No, just talk about your impressions of the PlayStation meeting and shit.
Okay, well, I thought the PlayStation meeting was really boring and underwhelming.
Yep.
I think the good thing that came out of it was the prices. But at the end of the conference, I said I was confused, and people was like, "Well, why are you confused?" Because, as Tony knows, I didn't think the PlayStation Pro was going to be released this year.
Okay.
So yeah. I'm confused as to why they want to put these two products on the market and have them. They're competing against themselves, because you got people that don't have PS4s. Okay, and don't have 4K TVs, right? So they're going to want to get a Slim. It's $100 cheaper, but wait a minute, this PS Pro is more powerful, and it has this HDR thing or whatever. Maybe I should get that. It's only $100 more.
PS4 got HDR too. The regular standard PS4.
But if you don't have a 4K TV, it's not going to matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
PSVR, it does. What if the whole thing is that they just don't want to hamstring VR? Because if they don't come out with this Pro system, if they don't come out with a system that can adequately carry a good VR experience, then they're shooting themselves in the foot right out of the gate.
I agree too. I think that has something to do with it. But they're not marketing it that way. They're not telling you should get a Pro if you're going to do VR.
I don't know. All the references I've heard to Pro, like when they were talking about, like, it's a big deal for VR. It almost sounds like half the reason they're releasing Pro is for VR.
You're 100% correct. But the problem is, if you saw the actual show, they literally had one sentence about it. They said, "Oh yeah,
yeah." No, the show they didn't say anything. But as their actual overall meta marketing campaign, they do seem to be doing well with pushing the message that the Pro kind of pairs with the VR system. So if you have a 4K TV or if you have a VR system, then this is kind of the PlayStation model for you.
But they're really not pushing that, though.
They're not.
I mean,
because it's fucked up.
When I walk into Best Buy or Target or whatever, and I want a PS4, you're going to have the Slim and you're going to have this Pro, and I'm going to be scratching my head, and I'm going to need to talk to that Best Buy guy. And I'm gonna be like, okay, well, what should I get? Now he's gonna try to upsell on the PS Pro because they're gonna make more money off that.
Yeah.
But then I'm gonna say, well, Best Buy dude, I don't have a 4K TV. Should I still get it? And then he's gonna say, well,
I get a commission.
It still makes your games look better, so yeah, you should get it. right?
Okay.
But then I say, no, fuck that. I got $299. I'm getting this PS4 Slim. So what if the majority of the market that doesn't have a PS4 decides to go with the cheaper model? Where does that leave the Pro?
Let me ask you
Specialty
this.
item.
How would you market the PS Pro in terms of doing really well for VR without actually stating that, yeah, this one does VR, but this one really does VR? And they'd be like, well, why can't I buy the $100 cheaper one?
Right,
Like you can't really tout the how much.
You know what? I know how they're going to do it. They're going to bundle the VR. They're going to have a VR.
That's what I'm hoping.
Well, you sell the
if they bundle the VR, it's gonna cost what, $1,400?
It's going to cost $700. It's going to cost $700 whether you bundle it or not. But in order to convince people to get the Pro to go with the VR, they'll bundle the VR with the Pro. They won't bundle it with the Slim. That's what I'm thinking they'll do.
I think that would be smart. And there are a lot of people like me who already, like, I own 2 PlayStations. I'm going to buy a PlayStation Pro because I want the VR experience. And honestly, $700 is way cheaper than I can do that shit on console.
And $700 the same price as an HTC Vive too, so it's a pretty good deal.
I had the opposite thought. I think people are way more value conscious. I don't think Sony's done a good enough job to explain the difference between the Pro and the Slim. And I think to parents and others who want to get either PlayStation for themselves or for their kids, and they don't understand this stuff and they don't care about VR, they're going to go for a Slim.
But dude, it works for Nintendo. Like, hey, buy our product. You having fun? Okay, you want to have more fun? Then upgrade to a new product.
Right, but you're not going to convince people to spend an extra $100 because they'll have more fun. What does that mean?
Well, here's another thing. How many people in here? Now, we're all considered the exception because we're industry members. We know about the tech. We read about it. We study about it. We talk about it every week. How many people in here, and be honest, how many people in here knew what HDR was before it became this new thing that Microsoft and Sony were talking about?
I did.
I remember hearing about it, but I remember they kept focusing on 4K.
Yeah, my thing is, I knew about it, but I never experienced it. It's something that I heard about as well because I'm always doing research on TV. I'm always looking for a new TV to get.
If you have an iPhone, your iPhone has an HDR feature when it takes pictures. So
right. Generally, gamers aren't going to know what HDR is until A, after the Xbox One S, and B, after this PlayStation thing here. They still don't know what it is. They're still searching around, reading, well, what is actually HDR, because I couldn't see it on this PlayStation conference. No? And HDR before this was reserved for filmmakers, photographers, and now high 4K TVs. Yeah. And high dynamic range basically means more latitude. You get more detail in your darks, you get more detail in your highlights, and you can get more color, and it's all about that. So now they're adding that to games. It's really just, it's not really that big of a deal, to be honest with you. As I said today, PCs, like all the stuff they showed at the conference today, I'm like, okay, PCs have been doing this shit forever now. This is like Apple's saying they got a waterproof phone. Well, Android's had that for over a year now. You know? Yeah. So to a PC gamer, today's conference wasn't enlightening at all. To a console gamer that's never seen this shit, yeah, hip hooray, we're finally getting some cool stuff. But again, there's the whole issue with Sony marketing this, with the consumer understanding what HDR is. Why do I need this system? Why am I paying $100 more for this? I got to spend $300 on a VR. Get the fuck out of here. They got problems coming up this fall because they want consumers to dish out the $300 for the VR. They want them to dish out the $399 for the Pro. It's a real tough situation they put themselves in, but I understand what they're doing and why they've done it. I understand why they don't have a UHD player, kinda. I don't think it's a smart move, but I understand why.
Now let me propose a half step though. Mm-hmm. Like for somebody who this holiday season, like, man, this VR looks pretty cool. My buddy Tim got one. I played it. It looks really fun. How can I get this? Well, I can look at the horizon. I can go like, okay, well, I can buy the PlayStation VR. It's about $300, or is it $300 or $400?
300, right? Or $350?
What the VR's $400.
Oh, is it $400?
Yeah, $400.
Oh shit!
Okay. So I can get that for $400, right? And I can play it on my PlayStation. Now, I may play it on my PlayStation, have an 8 out of 10 experience. Play it on my buddy's PlayStation, be like, why, dude, this is a lot smoother on yours. Things don't pop in, rendering distance better. Like it's just generally a little bit more fun. It's like, well, yeah, it's because I got the Pro. At that point, you're like, okay, well, maybe I'll trade out my old system for a new system. Like, it's by steps. Versus the other thing that I can do if I want VR is like, well, first of all, I'm not buying a fucking Oculus Rift. I don't need Facebook to know every time my goddamn eyeballs dilate.
They fixed it though. They fixed it now.
Oh yeah, they fixed it. They're totally not spying on you. They were just accidentally doing that because something was broken. That leaves me the Vive, and the Vive is $600 by itself, and that's probably going to come with some kind of PC upgrade cost. So I can either look at, there's a lot to be said for, yeah, this will probably cost me $600 at the end of the day, or $700 at the end of the day, but there's a chance that it'll only cost me $400, and if it does cost me $700, it's going to cost me another, $300 down the line somewhere. I'm a tattoo artist. I sell that idea all day long. That we can pay some now and we can pay some later. We can break it down to chunks, and it's not going to be so bad.
Wait, you do payment plans?
What?
You do payment plans? You said as a tattoo artist? Is that what you just said?
No. See, as a tattoo artist, we don't do payment plans, but when you're getting a big tattoo, like if you're like, hey man, I want a back piece. Oh, okay. How much is a back piece going to cost? Well, between $2,500 and $5,000 for the most part. At which people go like, oh, well, how much does a sleeve cost? Like, anywhere between like $1,600 and $2,400. And people freak out. And you're like, look, man, here's the deal. You throw me a few $100, that gets laid down as deposit. You come in once every 3 weeks or so, right? Let's say once a month, so that first paycheck you can set aside. You can set aside a little bit of money. So you come in once a month, get 5 hours worth of work. I'll give you a break. I'll bring you down to $100 an hour since this is a big piece. Now you're paying $500 a month. Okay, so when you're coming in expecting like, hey, how much am I going to have to pay for a tattoo? And you're thinking, and I say $1,600, you're like, holy shit, I only have $1,000 on me. Well, that's great. That $1,000 is going to be your deposit. Okay. It's going to be your first session, and then a month from now, when you start to do your second session, you'll already have some more money saved up. So you can use it as kind of like this snowball that you slowly take away from as time goes on.
Yo, man, I want to put my tattoo on layaway.
I mean, I have 12 tattoos. Can you hold on to my skin until
I come back collected?
No, you just get what you pay for. But as a tattoo is a process anyway. Like if you're gonna get a back piece, it's gonna cost you $5,000. Like most people think like they're gonna walk in and slap $5,000 on the counter. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? Just put it in the fucking safe? This doesn't do anybody any good. You bring me a down payment, you pay for the session that you're gonna get. Like it's great if you have $5,000. You don't need, and those bigger tattoos, you don't need to save the total amount of the tattoo because again, you're gonna be waiting. You're gonna be waiting for the tattoo to heal. You're gonna be waiting, to make a little extra money.
I'm sorry, Brett. I'm lost. What does this have to do with?
We're talking about nipple tattoos, Tony.
Yeah, Adam, you're missing out. Adam, you send Brett down the rabbit hole, man.
But I'm just curious.
What this has to do with is the way that Sony is implementing their VR plan. There is no giant sticker price. They're nickeling and diming you to a certain extent. They're doing the opposite of what Microsoft did and being like, you have to buy this all together. Like, look, you already have a PlayStation. You can buy a PlayStation VR headset and you're good to fucking go. And then if you have fun with that, they've already got you. And then, okay, well, maybe for another few $100s, or maybe you trade yours in and pay an extra couple $100, you can upgrade your VR experience now. Like, there's no point making you super committed.
All right, hold on. Brett, Torrence, you're heading out, right?
Yep, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. Yo, Torrence, be good, my dude.
Congratulations on episode 100.
Thank
200.
You,
I'm going to leave and go back to the future.
Don't worry, Torrence. We'll have you on episode 200. You won't be confused, But yeah, Torrence, but seriously, man, thank you for being on, and thank you for everything you've done for us in this show.
Well, thank you, man. I have one thing to say before I leave. PC gaming doesn't cost a monthly fee. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yo, don't do that.
Left
because real talk.
It to be free now. It costs you a fee. It's all about getting that cash money.
Yeah,
He punk ass. He left. Oh, you lucky. Cause I'm about to say it ain't free to do the shit we doing right now either, right?
Well,
everybody
we're gonna get into that because I gotta ask you about that shit. But let's wrap up the PlayStation. Actually,
yeah,
you know what? We're pretty much on with PlayStation. All right, people. So there's a bunch of people who are watching us live. So let us do a little bit of a contest. Kristen, if you're watching, I need you to do something for me. I need you to get the name of everybody that answers. Right? We're gonna ask a simple question. We're gonna pick somebody at random. I'm gonna give you a $20 PSN, Xbox Live, Steam card, whatever you want. Right? We'll get back to you later. So the question is very simple. What was the first game you ever played? Simple as that. You guys are in the comments right now. Let me know right now, and we'll just gather all the names and we'll tell you probably by the end of the show. And for you guys that are just watching us or listening to us like later on, there's going to be a question I'll ask you at the end of the show. So stick around for that. All right. So again, what was the first game you ever played? And that's that. All right. Now, hip hop.
That's a hard ass fucking question.
Oh, that's an easy one.
How do we win that?
We're gonna pick somebody random. Now, hip hop. I got to talk to you, bro. Okay. So actually, you called me like last week, right? Because you had said something controversial. Shocking. HipHopGamer said something controversial. You said that, people who say that you could play PC games for free are not exactly being truthful because you have to pay for internet service in order to play games, right? People got on your ass about that. So you wanted to be on to clarify what you meant by that.
Yeah, I was just saying that I said that on console you pay twice, on PC you pay once. And what people don't understand is like here's the way people think, right? People think because they use something so much because it's so important to their life, it's like they don't count it. Like you don't say as a fee because it's such a necessity that you use. So they don't even look at it as if it's a payment, but it's a fucking payment. Like that's one. Now, people use water in their house every day. You still got a damn water bill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you use it that much, you still got a water bill. So somebody came to me and said, so is Google free? I'm like, okay, go to google.com without no internet service and tell me what you see. You ain't gonna see shit. Like everything that's on the internet is a service for you, and that's behind the paywall of the internet. So then another thing that somebody will tell me is that I use the internet for so many other things, and so PC gaming, is free because I could use the internet to do so many other things. I said, what type of logic is that? If that's the case, like if I got Xbox Live and PSN, I could use it for other things besides multiplayer gaming online with friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that doesn't make any sense. You still pay for it. Like another thing I brought up, I said I was at the airport, right? And I was gonna play Deus Ex Mankind at the airport, but it had the update on Steam, so I couldn't even use it. And I had an internet connection at the airport. I had a Wi-Fi, but it was like a different version. Like they had one Wi-Fi that you have to pay for that allow you to do other things, and then you had one Wi-Fi that would just let you search the net. But that was the free one.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa. I'm super confused. Let me bring you in just so I'm just making clear what.
Okay.
Okay. So you're saying that you pay for Google, so you pay to play on PC the same way that you pay to play on console?
No.
He's not saying that.
Okay, good.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that on console you pay twice. That's why people would say it's not free. On PC you pay once, but people say that it's free because they're so accustomed to paying for the internet like a regular, like it's such a necessity that
it's
they don't
a utility.
Even count it. Like it's such a utility that they don't even count it as a payment. But at the end
the government wants to make it a utility.
But at the end of the day, it's a payment. If I go to the store, let's do it like how you would go to the store and buy a PlayStation. If I go to the store and I say, hey, I'm looking to get a gaming rig, and I get my gaming rig, a pre-built gaming rig, I come home and I have no internet connection, but I just spent all this money on my rig and I go to play the game, and I'm not going to be able to go online and play multiplayer until I decide to get my Verizon or whatever service I need in order to have access to do this. You got to pay for that, because if you don't, you can't do it. And on console, you pay to have the internet, but then you also got to pay on top of that a service for PSN and Xbox. Just like with Netflix, you got to pay an extra service, so you pay twice. Whereas, like, I could go on YouTube and watch some movies that's not behind a paywall, just on YouTube. So that's one payment, because if you don't make a payment, you can't use YouTube. No payment, no Facebook. No payment, we can't do the shit we doing now.
Before even that, you got to pay electricity. You got to pay electricity to run these machines that then need the internet to run and play.
You got to pay the house. You got to pay the taxes.
So let me ask you this though.
You gotta pay everything. But my point is that the statement that I made before you say your next part, Brett, all I said was that this is how it started, just so you can understand everything, and then you can say what you need to say, so you have a clear understanding. I made a video about the PlayStation Plus price hike not being a problem. And then they said, going down the comments that I was saying, people were saying, that's why PC gaming is free, and you got to pay on Xbox Live and PlayStation. That sucks. So then I put out a tweet saying, I don't know why people think PC gaming is free. I said something along those lines, like, I don't know why people think PC gaming is free. Too many fake people out here, so like that, because PC gaming you have to pay as well.
No.
That's what started everything. And then people started saying what you were saying. Well, you got to pay electricity bill. You got to pay this. Okay, you supporting my point. It ain't free. That's what I'm saying.
Calm down. What I'm saying, this is one of those times where I'm actually very pleased to find myself on the same side of the fence as you, and I want to actually add a little weight to your argument. Okay. It's you have to pay for services, and you have to pay for quality services. And I've been preaching this for a long fucking time. For all of you people who are bitching about this, you need to realize that you do get something for the money that you are paying. Yes, Steam does have its own system, but does Steam have its own servers for a lot of games? Some it does, some it fucking doesn't. Steam can be a wasteland of cheating. There are things that when you pay for your PlayStation membership, you are guaranteed a quality. You're not guaranteed. They are really attempting to get you a quality experience, and that comes through quite a bit more than does on Steam. I have said multiple times, if Steam came out with a Steam Gold membership, I would absolutely buy into it. If Steam came out with a Steam Clean badge, that you would press a button and it would run your machine and check it for any malware or cheat devices or something like that before you're allowed to play a multiplayer game, I would totally pay extra for that. I'd love to be put in servers where people have had their system scanned so that nobody has fucking aimbotting. But the sad fact is that, yeah, people can cry from the rooftops all day long that, Steam is free and therefore it's superior. But it's fucking not superior. You're looking at one small thing and you're getting a worse service for it altogether.
But is that even the argument?
Well, no, the argument is that people are saying paying for PlayStation is stupid or paying for online gaming is stupid. It's like people saying paying taxes are stupid. The fucking problem is they're not aware of
I do not agree, sir.
Yeah, nobody wants to pay. I don't want to pay taxes either. But I mean, I understand what you're saying, Brett. I understand completely, and that was my only argument. I was just telling people that, look, like, you pay twice on console, you pay once on PC, but it's not free.
I guess
and people literally are telling me that it is. And I say, well, since it's free, I want you to go on your PC right now, go online, download a game on Steam, download a game. I want you to do all of this shit, and I don't want to see not one power line on your house from Verizon or anybody. I want to see nothing. Like and you show me you can do
that. Doesn't even make sense though, bro. Like, you need power, you know what I'm saying?
No, in other words, he is saying that yes, it's like it's not really free because you're still paying for.
No, I know what you're saying, but the thing is, like, okay, electricity isn't exclusively for gaming, right? It's for everything, right? PSN is exclusively for gaming. Understand?
No, whoa. It doesn't matter what something is for. The fact is that you have to pay for it. For example, I can go to Six Flags Great Adventures and pay to go in there. There's so many rides. Now, are the rides free? No, because I had to pay to get in there to get access to them. Like it's not free. Just because there's a whole bunch of shit you could do in there, in order to even get in there to do anything, you gotta pay. So it's not free.
I don't know. To me, this whole argument is like, it's kind of bullshit because it's an argument of semantics. So it's like,
it's semantics.
The first argument is, Well, I hate PSN because it's raising up the price, and I prefer Steam because you don't pay an extra fee. I'm gonna say an extra fee, so we won't get it twisted.
Because that's what it is.
So
well,
you said
that is splitting hairs, though.
Right. So that's when the guy said, or the people said that they don't pay anything; it's free. And then
Carlos, that's exactly what I was told. That's why I made the tweet, because it didn't make sense to me that you would sit up there and say that it's free when it's not free. You still have to pay something to use the service. That's what I'm saying.
But this is where I'm gonna get to, though. Like, instead of arguing the price hike of the PSN, it just goes into this whole loop of semantics talk. Like, is it free? Is Steam free? But it's like it's a bullshit argument. Like, both ways, really, because it doesn't really matter in the context of what they're talking about and like what was mentioned in the first place, you know.
It is driving down a side road a little bit.
Yeah, all I was saying is this: when I saw the comments in the comment section and people saying that, I was just telling them that no, that's a lie. It's wrong. You still have to pay something to use it. And then that's when they started going down this whole rabbit hole of you gotta pay for this, you gotta pay for that, you gotta pay for this, you gotta pay for that. And I said, okay, but that wasn't my argument. My argument was just stating that, hey, I know y'all think that PC gaming is free just because you don't pay extra like you do on console, but none of them is free. You pay one. Yeah.
Think about it like this also. You might be talking to a whole bunch of like high school people. They don't pay for electricity. They don't pay for anything. They might actually pay for PSN. So maybe that's, I guess I'm trying to get into their line of thinking.
No, now I see what you're saying. Now, just to add to that, sorry to cut you off, but just to add to that, I brought that up too. I said, look, if I go to the store right now and I buy a juice for Tony, Weapon, Emilio, Chris, Brett, like all of y'all. If I go to
I want the purple string, man. You're saying.
If I go to the store and buy something for y'all, right? It's free for y'all because y'all didn't have to pay, but something was paid. Like it's not like I went in there and stole it. Like I had to pay. Either way, a payment was made. It wasn't free.
But these guys are trying to say,
but it's not free. Like that's what I'm trying to say.
Hip hop again, because we are getting into semantics. You're not okay. That's not paying for it. But the thing is, like, if I get on Steam, I don't have to pay a Steam PSN equivalent. Understand? I just pay it. You know,
I know that, but
for the ease of conversation, all anybody is saying is that it's free on top of the stuff that you're already probably paying for. You already probably have electricity. You already probably have internet. So on top of that, it's not an extra fee. I think is.
Thank you, Brett. That's all I was trying to tell these people. I said it's not an extra fee. You pay twice on console. You pay once on PC, and that is fact. And people that was trying to.
Here's the thing about the people that you're talking to, though. You're talking to the PC Master Race people are the most rabidly defensive people. Like, they put Xbox people to shame. Like, you'll hear, like, I fucking see in the comment section here, people talking about, like, oh, man, but the deals that you get on PC. Motherfucker, the original Deus Ex is still $20 fucking on Steam right now. And I know we all hate GameStop. I can go out there and pay $7 for that motherfucker. $7. The same shit happened when I went back and tried to rebuy all the Mass Effect shit. So we could talk all day long about, like, oh, Steam has great fucking deals. Yeah, sometimes the other 20% of the time they charge you 40% fucking more than they need to, and you still don't get a physical copy.
Yeah.
So there's two sides to every coin.
Yeah, I feel you. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the whole argument that I was saying, and it's true because real talk. If you look at what we're able to do right now here on Google Hangouts, the only way we're able to do it is if all of us got an internet service to do it. And I'm pretty sure we all
piggybacking off my neighbors, so I ain't paying shit.
Well, they are. Well, they are. Well, somebody's being paid for it. But the point is,
wait, I just said that on there. No, I was joking. No, I'm joking. Yo, Jimmy, if you're watching, I'm joking.
His name is Adam. He lives at.
No, but I'm glad you cleared that up. But the hip hop, I gotta ask you this other thing now.
Okay, what's up?
What's this?
I talked to you about this like 2 months ago. You were very excited. I want you to bring that same energy, even though I know you're already gonna do PC gaming, man. You're part of the master race now.
Son.
Okay. Now break this down for the people. How did this happen, man?
Okay, so
in a dream.
Yo, damn! Like, so this what happened, right? Okay, so you on stage, you gotta brace yourself.
He was on his way to 110th Street.
No, I'm laughing.
As the sun set on a crisp autumn morning, a cloaked figure arrived from the west.
Okay, so I'm
laughing because I know this thing's gonna be epic as fuck. Okay, let's go. Go ahead.
So this is how it started, right? So I was looking at so my nephew was showing me WWE 2K15, I think, on and the mods. So they had Goldberg in there, Kurt Angle, all this other stuff, and I was like, yo, this is so crazy that you could do all this stuff like with the game because you can't do that on the console. And I was like, yo, this is hot. This is hot. And then something happened. And what happened is I was at where was I? Was it E3 or PAX or something like that? And I was with my man, shout out to my man Jermaine over at Razer, and I was like, yo, I need a new computer because I couldn't do video editing well, and you know, I gotta make my videos. So I needed a good PC, Intel Core i7, stuff like that, right? So finally sent it to me and everything, so I got it, right? And then so I was thinking about the mods and stuff. I was like, yo, I gotta try this out. So then I went, now this is the killer. I came across this website called Cheat Happens. And I was like, yo, they got all these codes. Like, so Dying Light, I liked the game, but it was very frustrating. Fallout 4, decent game, but it was very annoying with the hit detection, all this other bull. So I saw infinite health, infinite ammo, all of this. I was like, yo, you could do this stuff?
Dude, so you know what has great hit detection? Dark Souls.
Yo, check this out. So So I went and checked Dark Souls 3, infinite health. I was like, what? Okay. So then I was excited about all this other stuff. I got the PC and everything, right? So then I went to so I put on Fallout 4 and I put it on ultra settings. Look. Look. Let me explain something to you. When I put that shit on ultra settings, I was like,
a tear rolled down my face.
I was like, this is it. I was like, there is no fucking, excuse my language, going back anymore. Then I went and got NBA 2K16. I was like, yo, you know how you gotta pay for a virtual currency? If you want to pay for virtual currency to make your my player really good, you know, during your career, because they start out so garbage, I was able to play the game offline and get 9 million SP points and play overall 99 and do whatever I wanted. I was like, yo, this is insane. So then I played. Hold up. Then I went back and started looking at games like Mass Effect, and I was like, yo, Mass Effect 1 and 2 look crazy in ultra settings. Even now, I was like, yo, I was done. And then I started doing the emulation and everything like that. I was like, yo, I can have every single system. I can have Dreamcast on here. I can do all this. It was just too much. You could do anything and everything you want. You could play the way you want in the best possible performing way. And then on top of that, I started looking into the NVIDIA and the Titans and the 1080s, and then you got 4K people. You got people playing 4K at 150 frames per second. I'm like, what? You could do this? No. So yeah, but mods, cheat codes, performance, PC, all the way, and that brings me to the reason why I really don't use Xbox anymore. I'm not even looking forward to the Scorpio.
Don't get Damien coming after you now, man.
I'm not even looking forward to it because I got Gears of War 4K, 100 and some frames per second. I'm gonna have Forza 4K, 100 frames per second. Yo, son, do you understand what it is?
And this is why hardcore PC gamers don't get involved in this argument when they hear these console wars, because it's like, you know, two people fighting over some beat up pizza, and they're like, yo, I got this dope shop over here. Go ahead, get your scraps.
I'm gonna tell you right now, honestly, because I got a video coming out tomorrow, and the title of that video, I'll just say it now, but the title of the video coming out tomorrow, the discussion piece, is PC and PS4 Pro will dominate the game industry. How will Xbox recover with the Xbox Scorpio? Because PS4 still has an identity because you can only play Uncharted there. You can only play Horizon there. You can only play that Spider-Man game there. You can only play God of War there. And as long as they have exclusives that are powerful in variety, so on and so forth, and it still looks amazing because I will say this, as amazing as PC is with all these specs and stuff like that, Uncharted 4 still looks better than a ton of PC games, even on a higher setting. Uncharted 4. So I can imagine what the Pro is going to bring to the table from an exclusive standpoint in Sony's backyard with their developer talent, because you can't forget the talent. The talent plays a role too.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, so that's my story on PC. I joined the whole master race. I'm about to lead the master race, because when I get that Titan X Pascal and I start talking my shit about my stuff, I'm having a party. I'm telling you right now, everybody is invited. If you in Boston, if you wherever you at, I'm sending out invites. Y'all can come through. I'm gonna have popcorn and chicken. It's gonna be gangster.
Chicken and waffles.
I'm telling you, son, it's gonna be gangster. And everybody's going to be able to witness everything that I've been saying, so you know I ain't lying. I'm telling you, man, I can't wait. PC is where to go, period.
Yo, man, I wish I could take everything you said right now and go back in time a year and play to yourself.
You know what? That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. It'd be a horrible argument you would have with yourself.
Yeah. It would be.
Like, hey, what was I thinking about, man?
Yeah, yo, dude, look, I tell you, man, I seen the light. Yo, I'm playing Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition right now on my PC, and it looks so amazing. And I got infinite health. I'm in God mode. You know what I'm saying? So I can't die. So I'm going through the game, killing everybody. I got all the skill points. So the moment a skill unlocks, I can just upload it to the max and start whipping ass. I can do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like you missed the Game Shark. And
Action Replay Max, Code Breaker, Game GD. I love those things, because you know what it is? I love being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and PC is the only platform that truly allows you to do that. And honestly, if you think about it, gaming was always about that. Gaming was always about making the experience your own by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? It was always about that, and I feel PC gives you that, and I see the light on why. Yeah, man.
That's an interesting story, man. I would never think you would say that shit. But then again, I don't think I would have said that same shit too myself when I got a PC, man, because I was hesitant as a motherfucker, right? I was like, no, I'm only getting my PC for video editing. That's it. But then people start sending me Steam games. Let me fuck these things.
Wait. I'm sorry to cut you off. So, yo, my man shared his library with me. At first, I had 9 games on Steam. I got 833 on Steam right now, son. I got 833 games, kid. I can go play. Yo,
finish those games.
You don't understand. Okay. Now you said that.
Torrence.
First off, I do finish my games. That's one.
Finish those 800 games.
Hold up. I do finish my games. That's one. And two, people gotta understand that I did have a PSN and an Xbox gamer tag before the ones that you see now. You know what I'm saying? Because Bullets 360 was my first one, and then Real HipHopGamer became my second one. Jackal 11 was my first one on PSN. Then it became Real HipHopGamer. So people gotta know the whole story. And with Steam, it's HipHopGamer, and you can see what I'm doing. I just ended Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I'm playing Darksiders 2 right now, so I'm almost at the end of that, and I ended Shadow of Mordor. I ended that, and I ended Fallout 4. You crazy? I don't end my game.
I didn't say you ended. I said finish those 800 games. Nobody said that you didn't finish it. I said finish them.
He just saying don't be Torrence. You know what I'm
Torrence.
saying?
Nah.
With 10
I play the games out. The games I'm interested in, I played them. I was even playing Hard Reset, but I kind of got tired of that game because I don't really like the aiming in it. But I was playing that too. And another thing, G2A.com, Humble Bundle. Yo! Humble Bundle. Son, yo, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, son. It's paying like $15 to get 15, 16 some odd games. Yo, that's like, let me tell you, what PC gaming did for me, it allowed me to experience what it was like to bust my first nut ever in life. Sorry to be so graphic, but
Man, you forget what show you're on. I swear, man.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying that moment.
Welcome to the feminist frequency with
no, don't do that. Remember, I'm still Mr. Shots Fired. Don't do that. So, but the thing is, no, it was emotional for me, dude. I felt like you know how after the first one you ever had in your life, you see the world different. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like like you know what I'm saying? You get this emotional, like you know what life is about. That's what happened with PC. That's what happened with my PC.
Wait. I'm gonna take my time.
Man, you must love that song, man.
Yo, you an idiot. Yo, you so stupid. It really crack me up, man. But yeah, dog. Yo, that's stupid. Yo, son.
Google's gonna flag us now.
Yo, son,
hey, listen, I don't sound like Snoop Dogg. I sound better. Oh, nothing.
But I'm just being honest, though, man. Now, PC, all jokes aside, PC is it's incredible, dude. It's incredible, man. Like the things that I've been able to experience, it really is incredible. It is.
Hey, Hip Hop, can you repeat that new PC you're gonna get? Like the specs? That shit's crazy.
Yes.
Intel. Okay. What I'm getting is an Intel Core i7 6950X with 10 cores on it. Everything is gonna be overclocked. The second thing is I'm gonna have 4 Titan X Pascals and 4-way SLI with a 1500 watt supply. I'm gonna have I'm thinking about getting a quad hydrant cryogenic or something like that coolant to make sure it runs, probably like 60, 70, at most maybe 80 degrees, so I get the best scaling for the performance. Because if you run all those Titans, and let's say you run all those Titans but you try to do it at 4K, it's not going to even use all the GPUs because it don't need to. So you gotta something like that you gotta use it at like 5K, 6K or something like that to actually make all the GPUs.
So wait. Are you crossfiring 2 Titans?
No, I'm having 4-way SLI HB bridge.
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah. But like this, it's overall it's like a $13,000 machine, but I'm gonna get it.
What is that, like 30 teraflops?
No, it's 44 teraflops.
Damn, man, you're gonna be rendering movies in that shit, son.
Dude, no, he'll be able to do full full VR. I would love to be able to get a PC like that, because they're actually being able to start like render sculpting in VR.
Yep. Actually, that particular setup that I'm looking for, I could break world records with that. So
shit.
Yeah, I could break world records. Like I forgot that demonstration. It's some fire benchmark. It's certain benchmarks that they got out there where they allow certain PC gamers to get the Guinness Book of World Records in certain benchmarks. And I'm with the machine that I want to get. Yeah, man. And
have you considered making it a submerged system instead of just straight water cooling it? Just fucking submerge the whole thing in a custom mineral oil case. Dude, I'm not even kidding. Like when you're running with a 1500 watt power supply, like that thing is gonna be so hard to cool. Like you're gonna have to get a really good water cooling system. But that's about the point when you're talking about like, oh, I want to build a world record PC. Like, dude, you may want to just submerge that shit. You could look into, there are a lot of really boss PCs run fully submerged in mineral oil.
Or you can go with the second option and just live in Antarctica.
Oh,
now I'm getting it, man.
It's gonna be so hot. It's gonna be hot in your room. It's gonna be like
this. Like I know. Look, check this out. I know someone that has this already. Like I know someone that has this setup already. And when I saw it, I was like, "Yo, I'm getting this.
His name is not Zordon, right?
No. But I know somebody. I know somebody that has this setup, and I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it, man. And honestly, man. If y'all want to check out some stuff that's like 4-way SLI, like my man 30IR, that's his YouTube channel, 30IR, THIRTYIR. Go check out his YouTube channel and he'll show you too. But yeah, man, I know what it takes to do. I know how much it's gonna cost me, and I might finance it so I could build my credit up doing it. So that'll be fun. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get it, and when I get it, I'm sending out invites to my house. Like I'm gonna have my friends come to my house, and we're gonna experience it together. It's the same thing I did when I got my TV. When I got my TV the first time in 2012, I had people come to my crib, and I showed them what my TV was like, and just
showed them what the future was.
Yeah, basically. So we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna have people. Like I said, I'm gonna have a nice little get together at my house. I'm probably gonna have like 20 people come over. Cause I gotta keep it limited, so I'm probably gonna have 20 people come over, and we're gonna rock out on some games, and I want everybody to actually do an article or a post on it. Like I really want people to really put some respect on my name. Like that's it.
Some respect on it.
Put some respect on it. Word up. Because I'm not playing. Like everybody that knows me knows if I say I'm gonna do something or I really want something, I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna showcase it because I'm passionate. Like you know what I'm saying? I love gaming. I love this culture, and I want to be someone from my area. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because put like this: when you think about PC game, when you think about gaming, period, we still only got like a 3% recognition in the world of so-called professional media people in the gaming industry. I'm gonna be of that 3% that's gonna represent in the biggest way, with the biggest heart, with the biggest passion, and the biggest love, and the biggest humbleness to bring something like this to y'all.
Biggest humbleness, I like that. Ain't nobody humbler than me, man.
Real talk, man. You gotta be humble,
people
man.
are the most humble.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, gotta be humble, man. Like I'm just a very thankful, appreciative person, and when I get this shit, we gonna rock out. Y'all really think I'm playing? I'm not playing. This gonna be the first time that I meet Weapon X. Word up. It's gonna be the first time I meet him. I never met him, but in person, it's gonna be the first time I meet him. And I'm like, yo, you bring your family. I don't care. Y'all gotta come to my crib and see this. For real, it's gonna be remarkable, man.
Everybody rock. No.
If they have PSX this year, I'm definitely trying to get out there for sure.
Yo, they got PSX. Yeah, I'll be
PSX is. I heard it was gonna be in Texas or some shit.
I don't care where it's at. I'm going.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
I don't know. I mean, it was
Manny, shut up.
There's no thing to confirm what I'm saying. I'm
just saying, Manny, man. Don't say nothing. Oh boy. All right, so so we're about to. I'll tell you off air, man. Okay, so let's start wrapping up. So I'm gonna announce the winner now. Let me get my fucking drum roll here. I should have had that shit ready beforehand. I think this is right.
If it'll work.
It was a good episode, though.
All right, the winner is Mr. Oakland Gamer. He came out with the wildest fucking game, Gyromite. Who remembers that?
Gyromite.
Wow.
Right. That was my game.
That means he had to rob the robot edition.
Yeah, man.
Gyromite
was awesome.
Oh, incredible. Yo, shout out to Oakland, son. That is a great game, son. Gyromite, son.
Yo, and man. Oakland, he's one of those dudes who's been listening to Throwdown since day one, son.
He's been there from the beginning.
So
shout out to Oakland, man.
Since I'm not eligible, I'll tell you what my first game was.
Yeah, well, let's all go through it, man. Chris, go ahead. What's your first game, man?
It was boxing on the Atari 2600.
Oh,
wow.
And I played that game for hours, and it was just literally a few pixels for a white and black boxer, and it was top down, and that's all you did was like try to punch.
I remember that.
Well, for me, my first gaming experience is Asteroid, and that's because of Mr. Adam Vale. Because he was the first one to have video games.
My dad worked in electronic wholesale over on Delancey Street in the city, and so
Delancey.
Yeah. So he brought it over.
Right.
So my first was same thing. It was on the 2600, but it was football, and it was just it was like dick, 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 you know. And then that was it. That was my first.
I actually inherited your 2600.
Still have it?
No, I don't have it. I actually gave it to a collector buddy of mine who lives in Canada, because he just loves those things. So I'm like, but the thing is that I had it in the closet stored away for so long, but parts of it worked and parts of it didn't work. So he just kind of took one that he had and then took the one I had and combined them into one that actually worked.
All right.
Oh, by the way, before we give our answers, I want to give what the other guy said. Daniel Lawson said Pong, Cabron Loco, Super Mario, Super Mario Brothers, Kal-El, Pong, NPC Hero, Pac-Man 2600, King Droopy said Zelda Link in the Past, great game.
Ooh. Youngin.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like, damn, son. Okay, Low to High 100, Golden Eye. Damn, whoa,
damn, Golden Eye was your first one.
Wow.
Babies, man.
Yeah, babies, man.
Yeah, my man Innate Duck Hunt, you know, and my man Dio, you know, Illustrated Dio, Duck Hunt / New Super Mario Brothers, you know, good shit. All right, let's go down the line here. Adam, you ready, man? Brett, Brett threw his answer in the fucking chat like he was going to be eligible.
I don't give a fuck.
Brett, what's your first, man?
Altered Beast.
Oh, Genesis.
Oh my god. That was my game too.
Yeah, Genesis.
Wow.
Brett, arcade or Genesis?
Genesis, actually.
Wow.
Was that out on the Master System?
It came on the Master System.
They backported that. Even Sonic the Hedgehog was backported to Master System.
Yeah. That's crazy. All right, Carlos, what about you, man?
It's probably like one of the most common ones, but it's Super Mario Bros. For the NES.
Okay. Classic.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Chris, you already went, right?
Yeah, I said boxing for 2600.
All right, man, you already went too, right?
Yep, Asteroids, man.
Yeah, and yeah, all right, hip hop, man.
Dude, my first game, Atari 2600. My grandma's brought it home, and the first game I ever played was Pac-Man on Atari 2600 joystick, red button. That was my life. And yo, real talk, I'm gonna tell you, man, I truly enjoyed it. And the TV that I had. Listen, let me explain something to you. I'm gonna tell you right now, real talk, because I grew up in East New York. Like, real talk, I can't make this up. My TV had a bullet hole in it. Like, real talk. My TV had a bullet hole in it. I think my father either like got it outside because somebody threw it away, but it had a bullet hole in it, but it still worked. Brought it in the house and we used it. And well, that's the story I was told. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the top right corner, the top right corner was heavily shattered. It was so shattered that if you touched it, you'll cut yourself. So it was that shattered. But that was the first TV I played on. That was the first game I had, and all the other stuff. It was a broken down TV. But that was the first game I ever played. But the game that got me into gaming, like that made me a gamer for the rest of my life, was what's the name said? The NES, the original Super Mario Brothers on the NES. That was the game that originally got me into gaming for the rest of my life. And a favorite moment in my childhood life growing up was Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusions. When I played that for the first time, that was a game changer. That was one of those moments where I was like, I knew that I would fight somebody over a video game. That's when I really understood it, because that's when I started being real good in school, because like they would take the game away from me if I did bad. Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusions made me do good in school. Yeah, that was the game that changed my life. Like one of them.
See, this shit I'm talking about. Games are positive too, man. You know, it's good for you, man.
HipHopGamer, you said you had a kid, right?
Yes, his name is Marcus. He's 2 years old and he games.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. If he games.
Street Fighter 5 is his favorite. WWE 2K, he loves that. But actually, yeah, his favorite is actually Subway Surfer and Tomcat. He loves on the mobile. Tomcat.
My daughter loves that too. She loves
Tomcat. Oh my god, yo! Listen, I can't make this up. I can wake up in the morning and like my son will wake up, and before anything, he say, "Daddy, can I play cat?" Like, he's just like that. Can I play cat? It's so adorable. I go for it, but I give him the game. But just gotta be careful because he be deleting stuff. Like, he know how to use it too good. But yeah, he knows he get the phone and everything and play cat. Word up, son. So Tomcat is the one.
Yeah.
Reggie, go ahead, man.
My first game was a Shoplifter on the Atari 2600.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Shoplifter, man. That was my game. I love that game, and I played it on a black and white TV. Until this day, I've never seen the game in color.
You know what's funny?
Oh my god!
You know what's funny? You know, it's funny because when Hip Hop said about the TV, I thought he was gonna say it was a black and white TV because a lot of us come from that era too, where it's like having more than one color television was like rare.
Yeah, it was.
Babysitter, she had a black and white TV.
Mm-hmm. Our grandmother used to always had a black and white TV and watch her soap operas in the kitchen.
Yo, how many of y'all ever did this? How many of y'all ever took y'all Nintendo power cord and put it in a freezer so it can stay cold? So you could so when you take it out the freezer and it like dry, get a little, throw it off a little bit. You plug it up and try to get more power out of it. Try to get more usage out of it beyond the 2 hours.
Wow!
I didn't know about that.
I didn't know about that method. That sounds
you take aluminum foil and put your power cord in aluminum foil and put it in a freezer. And then when you take it out the freezer and stuff like that, you let it you let it thaw off a little bit. But then when you plug it in, it's so cold that it gives you more playing time.
I never ran out of playing time on my Nintendo.
Yeah, I never played. I mean, I played it like that, but like that's hard. That's some hardcore time right there, man.
Yeah, man, I did that, man. For real, son. You don't understand.
So wait, you literally had your Nintendo like turn off on you?
Hell yeah! Like it would have just cut off.
Never had that.
I had alcohol and just rubbing inside. Just
you clean.
What happens is my cord to get too hot. Like I had one cord explode on me. Like with the side of the cord exploded, like a slight explosion, and it slit. The side of it slit, so I couldn't use it no more. So I was like, I can't be going through life like this.
So that sounds like you had an electrical short.
Maybe, but I just put it in the freezer after that. Like you know what I'm saying? Once I got a new cord, my grandma got me a new cord, and I put it in the freezer.
And so that's crazy. Yeah, I never had to deal with that.
For me, there was games like Ninja Gaiden. I would play for days on end, but I wouldn't turn off my NES at night because I didn't want to lose my progress. So I would pause it, turn off the TV, and go to sleep.
Well, wow! I remember. Yo, you know what would make me mad? I'm gonna tell you right now, son. When my game started messing up, I had to blow in the cartridge, and you had to you couldn't push it all the way in and down. You had to push it at the edge and give it that little slide in. Real talk. I had I think it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? The first one.
Oh shit.
And it kept messing up, and I couldn't play it. And I ain't had no money, so if it didn't work, that was it, son. I'm telling you right now, son. It was one of those moments where I was like, yo, whoever do anything wrong to me, we fighting. That's it, because I'm emotionally messed up right now. Like, nah, son. I took that personal, son. For real, son. That actually, some of the ways that I learned how to fight was over video games because I was that emotional as a child when it came to games. I would really get irate if my game didn't work.
Listen, man. I remember this one story. Originally, I'm from the country of South Carolina, right? So, when we first saw The Legend of Zelda, one of my friends had it, and it was the gold cartridge version, right? Woo! So, yeah, that's the rarity nowadays. Some of the people listening,
Brett has that. Brett has it.
I got it.
Yeah, they're too young that cartridge was everything. But that was probably one of the first times you could save on a game. But it was always said that if you drop the cartridge, you could lose your game saves just by dropping it.
Yeah, because the battery will pop out from the inside.
Yeah. We had. I remember this one time. This guy took my friend's game, and he was threatening him with it. Like it's like holding the game hostage. So he was like,
no. You can't do that with me.
Drop the game.
You can't do that with me. I'll leave you bloody. Serious, man. I'll leave you bloody over something like that.
If you touch me, I'm dropping your game. You lose everything.
Damn, son.
Wow. Crazy, man. I'll never forget that day. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Classic.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Classic.
Oh shit! Those we were actually talking about that the other day. Those EA cartridges with the little
the yellow
shit.
Yeah, that's the battery.
Classic.
All right, hold on. I need to segue a little bit because one of our listeners right now, and Nate, he wants to show us what his PC setup looks like. Yo, this looks fucking crazy.
Classic.
Let me show you this shit. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah. Yo, man, you got Superman.
Oh, wait, check this. Look at this shit. You guys see this?
No.
This shit.
No, cut it back on.
Go back.
Come on.
Shit.
Go back.
Go back.
You see it?
Tony, put yourself on the screen.
Tony, what are you doing?
What?
Oh my God! Put it back.
Okay, what happened?
It was switching. You had to put yourself.
Oh my God!
We only saw it for a couple of seconds.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Entire screen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So now, so now the thing is that now we have to. I think we have to be quiet because
it'll jump.
Just keep talking, Tony.
All right, so this is his setup. So right there, this dude has like, how many fucking screens is that? It's like 5 screens and shit. Look at this. You guys seeing this?
Oh yeah, he has 2 PCs there.
It's like 6.
Yeah, 3 PC. Yeah, like that's insane. He has the light up keyboard. Yo, that is a nice fucking setup, man. That is insane.
It's clean.
Don't show the government this, because then.
So does he call that the Does he call that the Matrix or the Borg cube?
Yeah, what do you call that, man? That shit is crazy. You know, so thank you for sharing that.
Sleeper cell room, damn.
Yeah. All right, before we end, I just gotta say my first game experience. You know, so I grew up in Dominican Republic, right? I didn't know what a fucking video game was until I was 7, right? So I came out, I went to my dad's friend's bodega, right? His drinking buddy, right? And they had this big ass, like, to me, I'm just gonna describe it the way I saw it as a little kid, as this big box, with a stick and buttons. I'm like, what is that? Is that a little TV? What's those characters? What's this? Motherfucking Golden Axe was my first game, man.
Oh, Golden, yo, son.
Arcade, man.
Golden, yo, Golden Axe was the game, son. Yo, you don't understand. And you know what I loved about it?
How troll guy. The little troll guy.
The little troll guy with the
yo, son, I would fuck those trolls up, man. Fuck them.
Yo, son. Yo, I love when you at camp and you gotta kick their ass to get the blue potions.
Yup.
Yo, son. Yo, man. This is honestly, man, congratulations on your 100th episode. This was a great episode. I ain't gonna front. I really enjoyed being on it. Thank you very much, man. I made time to make sure I was able to, really be here for you, man, because, I love you, dog. This is crazy. Thank you for having us, man. This is phenomenal. This is just good talk, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being on, because I was like, okay, episode 100, we gotta make this shit special. We gotta have motherfucking hip hop on, and you always make the shows crazy, which I love.
Man.
That's why I'm only making 2 topics tonight. That's all we need tonight. That is all we need. And we went to 50 topics. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the energy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just the energy. Like when you got just real passion, that's unapologetic type of passion, we go in, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's just like if y'all ever tune in to Hot 97 morning show with Ebro in the morning, and when they start talking about certain subjects, that's one of the reasons why I love Ebro so much, and Laura Stiles and Peter Rosenberg, just that dynamic. But when they passionate about something, they go in unapologetically, because it's meant to create conversation, it's meant to teach, it's meant to learn, it's meant to inspire. We all learn from one another and pull from one another. That's what makes it so great. And within all of that, there's a respect factor, and that's the beautiful part about it. And I wish more of what we just experienced here was what the general internet was like when it came to talking about games, but you just don't get that there. But real talk, these forums and these places are needed. It creates the balance of a great industry. So yeah, man, Tony, y'all leading the way with that, man. So it's dope.
Oh, thank you, man. And where can people find your stuff, man? Plug your shit, man, please.
Oh, you already know, dog. Hot97.com, man, is going down. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, which is HipHopGamer, Instagram, HipHopGamer, YouTube.com/HipHopGamer. And that's about it, man. Just support the movement. And thank y'all very much for having me on. And anybody that wanna play me online, my PSN is real-HipHopGamer. Xbox is real HipHopGamer, one whole word. And my Steam HipHopGamer. It just popped up too. In-home streaming. HipHopGamer is no longer available. That's what it said. But HipHopGamer on Steam, man. So make sure y'all get at me, man. Make sure y'all got the right system to test me on.
No, you better have the right skills. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. We were at this Namco event. Hip hop was fucking everybody up in Tekken, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. Don't let nobody know about my skills. Don't let nobody know about the skills. I want them to talk shit. Because Weapon X over here set me up in Street Fighter one time, but it's all good. It's all good because I want to get my rematch on Street Fighter 5. I will annihilate cats in Street Fighter 5. You know what I'm saying?
I played Weapon X in Street Fighter 5 too. Weapon, I got you there, man. I got you good in Street Fighter 5, didn't I?
Yeah, let's get it in. Yo, Weapon, did you tell them about those like 3 perfects and like 34 wins in a row I got on you in Mortal Kombat? You tell them about that? Tell them about that? If you deny it, I showed a video. You know I saved it.
I ain't gonna deny it. It happened.
Okay.
It happened.
It happened. I mean, hey.
Okay. Just had to make sure.
Let me do my little. Yo, you guys are crazy, man. I'm gonna do my little hip hop. Stick around for a little bit after. I gotta ask you something afterwards, right?
All right, cool, no doubt.
All right,
so I'm gonna give you some drink real quick.
Okay, man. All right, so thank you for watching and listening. Make sure to follow the Koalition at thekoalition.com. Also, help support the site by donating to the Patreon page. Subscribe to Throwdown, SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Throwdown Show. Links are available in the description below. Once again, our show is Tony Polanco and challenged run by Emilio Lopez.
Rock, body rock. Everybody, body rock. See you later, guys.
Chris Seeley.
Here's looking forward to another 100 shows, people.
Yes. Carlos Romero.
Greatness awaits.
Always awaits. Brett Murdoch.
100 shows, Throwdown, 100 shows, Adventure Time, Adventure, 100 throws.
Adam Vale.
Telling you guys, watch Lucha Underground season 3. Just started yesterday. Watch Lucha Underground. You're gonna watch and be like, "What the fuck am I watching?" I'm telling you, you've never seen anything like it. You've never seen anything like it.
Weapon X himself, Reggie Butler.
Remember, guys, there is no console war. Just play your games on whatever you like.
There you go. Peace. I wanted Hip Hop to do an outro too, but he's not here, so I'm gonna be like, "Yo, Hip Hop Gamer." All right, we're coming at you with episode 100 of Throwdown. Your questions. Oh, there he is. Yo, Hip Hop.
Outro.
Yo, do the outro, son. Hip Hop, we're out, man. Do the outro for the people, man.
Oh, do the outro?
All right, man, just come up with something.
All right, check it out. I'm gonna give y'all something very exclusive because it's a special episode. Okay.
Yes.
It's very exclusive. I can't do the whole thing, but just check out a little bit of this. You ready?
Yeah.
Yo, I am HipHopGamer, bring the danger, banger, balling out. Watch doors will pop off your blood and a bleed out. Seek out the enemy energy, feeling furious. The target is the victim, so the system signal serious. A lyricist, barbaric, Bay Area resident. Tech geek on fleek, speak with no hesitance. Fear is impossible, my team dead sick. I dissect anybody who wants to die next. So die now, get the barrel, get the ammo, fully loaded. Technology, brain scholar, I control the city on it. Powered by the thumbnail, my phone is like a firebomb. Innocent, not guilty. I was black-born, bad storms up in the hood, we all label. They want to try to break us down to disable. We gotta fight the good fight, they won't break you. Parkour gameplay, watchdogs enable.
Alright. That was great. Alright, people, that is it. We'll see you for Throwdown Your Questions, episode 100. Later.
Peace.
Hey, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Deuces.